Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand out the way, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Live.
This is so exciting.
nervous?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm just always so smiley, so giggly, like all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Better Take Podcast, episode number 23. I'm your host, Russell Ori, and today we have a special guest. We have Adri Rivera.
Hey.
Is it Adri or Audrey?
Adri.
Okay. I was like, fuck. I was thinking about it as I was saying it. I was like, damn, because I remember someone told me it's actually not Audrey, because I used to call you Audrey all the time.
I think that was the conversation between like Gia and Duhan, I think, because depending on like what accent you're putting behind it, it could change, because like my name in English is Adriana, right? But in Spanish, it's Adriana. So if you're saying like Adri is like my parents call me Adri. My sister calls me Adri. Like if you have like the Spanish accent behind it, you could say it as like Adri, Adriana. But like in English, you guys are like Adriana.
Where exactly are you from?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Are you like more, I know, I mean, I never even really realized.
Yeah, I don't think you knew that.
Yeah. Are you like more tapped into Puerto Rican culture, or is it more so like you're second generation or first generation?
I wasn't born there, but my parents were both born and raised there, and then like their entire family lineage born and raised there. Like my brother has done like a fucking ancestry test, whatever. And yeah, we're like 100% like puro like Puerto Rican. And then like, you know, eventually back to like Spain, some like a little bit of France, and eventually, you know, like back to Africa.
How was your upbringing? Because were you like specifically raised off of like Spanish first?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my parents told me that Spanish was my first language. And then like they had me learn more English going into like preschool and like kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's my native language, but it's definitely like my second language now. Like I can speak it fluently. I can understand it. I can read it. I can write it. But speaking it, I stutter a lot with it.
With
like
Spanish?
Yeah, with Spanish. I even like in English, like I stutter a lot in English, but especially in Spanish, I'm like, sometimes like my brain will come up with the word quicker than like my mouth can formulate it. Like I talked to my grandma the other night, and Joel was even in the room, and I'm talking to her and I'm saying this and that, and I'm like kind of forgetting what a word is, and then like just stuttering, and like I called my dad right after that, because like my dad called me and then she called him, and then he tried merging the calls, so I had to call my dad back or something. And I was like, yeah, Joel's in the room, and he's like, oh, did he hear you speaking Spanish, whatever? And I was like, yeah, I think so. I was just stuttering like crazy, and Joel was like, I didn't really like pick it up. And I was like, well, I did.
Do you stutter a lot in English? I've never really heard.
I think I do. Sometimes, I feel like my brain just works quicker than like my mouth does sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just can't keep up sometimes.
Because I used to, it's funny because I went to speech therapy when I was a child.
Really?
Stuttering.
Oh my God.
It's like, I don't really have much of a filter.
Same.
So yeah, like my brain, I know exactly what I want to say, but then like I guess in a sense, like overthinking, because I'm like, I don't think this is the right thing to say in this moment. And I know exactly what I want to say, but it's like, yo, slow down.
Right. Yeah.
I almost word vomit. So
me too.
Like when the thought pops in my head, I'm like, just say it. I'm like, nah.
Very much me too. I think we're kind of alike. Like
you're like close to your birthday is like, you're almost a Sagittarius, right?
I'm like literally right at the end of Scorpio season. Yeah, I'm November 19th, and I think Sagittarius is like
November
the 22nd. Yeah, the 21st to the 22nd. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, I remember that was like one of the first things. You're like, you're Sagittarius. Like, oh, I'm a borderline. Like,
yeah,
I'm like almost there type shit.
I have a lot of Sagittarius in my chart too. I don't know what all of it means, but I know like my moon is in Sagittarius, and then like a lot of the planets are also. Okay, which is kind of interesting.
So let's get more into Adri.
Oh God!
Yeah, I got nervous against saying this. I was like, "Is it Adri or Adri?"
Adri.
Adriana.
Adriana.
Oh, so can I just say Adri?
You could say Adri, yeah.
So Adri, because Adri, it sounds kind of white though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Adri.
Adri, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Can you say it in Spanish too? Adriana. There you go.
I'm pretty good with my Spanish pronunciation.
You want to hear like all of my last names? In Spanish?
You got multiple?
I have a lot, yeah.
What's your full name?
Adriana Maria Rivera Fernandez Cintron Perez.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where does that all come from though? Like, I don't get it.
You see, it's funny because like technically everyone has multiple last names, but I think like Hispanics are the only ones that like I don't write down all these last names, but like they just go from like, okay, Maria's my middle name, Rivera is my dad. Okay. Fernandez is my mom. My mom kept her last name, but like her dad is Fernandez. Maria Fernandez. Cintron is my dad's dad, I think. Cintron Perez. And then Perez is my mom's dad. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you know your lineage, you use the last name of the men all the way through?
Yeah, basically.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like everyone technically has multiple last names, but I think like Latinas are the only ones that like kind of acknowledge them.
Yeah, that has to be a cultural thing because it's
I think so.
like,
Yeah.
break it down. Because I'm thinking about Spy Kids. Do you know the movie Spy Kids when they say their full name?
I know of it, but I'm thinking more of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody with Esteban.
Oh shit.
Esteban.
Maybe I'm thinking Esteban.
Esteban, I remember. Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoyas de la Rosa Ramirez. That was his name.
Because he used to say it with such conviction. He's like,
yes. Yep, that was him. Yep.
That's crazy. I was always wondering that because I'm like, damn. Can you say it like full straight up? Like accent and everything?
In Spanish again? Adriana, like faster?
I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get you.
Adriana Maria Rivera Fernandez Cintron Perez. Oh, there's more. Maso Garcia.
Oh my God.
Maso Garcia, yeah.
Damn, man.
He said, oh my God.
I feel like that's just like, I mean, that's tough. Have you ever had to actually write that long? Okay.
No, definitely not. The most I would ever, I think on my driver's license, I'm Rivera Fernandez.
Yeah.
Like Rivera Fernandez because like, my mom kept her name. So I think if anything, I would hyphen it. But like in school and everything, I would only ever write Rivera.
Legally is a hyphen?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask about that way later on.
Yeah.
I want to like touch base about, because we talk a lot off camera.
Yeah.
We have pretty good conversations.
I've been waiting for this invitation.
Yeah, we have good conversations whenever we're outside of the gym and stuff. I think that people just don't know like the people that I be talking to. So like this is like the first time that I've had like someone on the podcast where it's like, yo, we be talking. We just haven't had you on the podcast before.
Yeah.
So like there's things about you, like as I was thinking about stuff to ask you, I'm like, I actually really don't know.
Oh my God.
Which is like interesting because you kind of just pulled up to Houston and it was just kind of like,
hey.
Yeah. You have this type of personality.
Make myself known.
Yeah. It doesn't take very long for you to like, I guess like establish a relationship with someone in regards to just like feeling comfortable. So where did you get started with social media? Like, how did you get, because you have like over 100K on IG, right?
It's less than that right now. But
did that shit?
I've been doing it. No, honestly, it's been my doing.
Oh, what'd you do?
I had like there was a moment of time in September where I was like kind of down bad, like mentally. And I was overthinking a lot of stuff with like my content and my engagement and my reach and my percentage of male to female followers is disgusting. Like absolutely disgusting. Like my ratio of like men to women followers is absurd.
Like it's too many dudes.
Too many men.
Okay.
I promise it's like over 80%.
Oh shit. You got like a me demo.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I kind of had like a moment of like my content isn't where I want it to be. Like my reach isn't getting to like where I want it to be. Like I want to be reaching more women. Like I do online coaching and I only coach women. Like why do I need all these men to be seeing my content? So I went through and I started, you can remove followers on Instagram. I just went through and I would just remove, like just straight men. And I would like walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes and the entire time I would just be removing people.
Really? Okay. So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. I want to start off with like, how'd you get started with social media? Because relatively speaking, you have about 100K on IG.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about you. I've never really looked at your actual TikTok profile to see your TikTok.
There's like 214K, I think, on TikTok. TikTok.
How did you get started on social media and what was like the thought process when you originally started?
So, I made my first, obviously everyone had like their own like Instagram, for a while, whatever. I had like my own personal little Instagram, whatever. And then it was July of 2020, mid-pandemic, that I had started, well, it kind of goes like with my fitness journey. So I started going more consistently to the gym in January of 2019. It was my sophomore year of college. Okay. January 2019. And then I was going to like the on-campus gym at the University of Florida. Pandemic hit, March of 2020. And that was like the on-campus gym was my main gym, but then a Crunch Fitness had opened in Gainesville like in February. And I had a girlfriend that was working at the front desk and I went there for one day and I was like, okay, it's cool, whatever, but I'll probably stick to the on-campus gym. Then shit hit the fan, everything closed. And then Crunch reopened before the on-campus gym did. So I was like, I need to get back to the gym. So I got a Crunch membership and I started going there more consistently, and then I never went back to the on-campus gym.
Yeah.
So I like to think that I got somehow more serious with my fitness career, my fitness journey, once I started going to Crunch. I don't know what clicked. I think I just changed my split and I got more consistent and I started seeing more results, whatever. But that's when I got a little bit more serious about it. And then in July of 2020, I had like 2 other girlfriends that were going to Crunch also, and they had made separate fitness Instagrams and kind of like made it a thing. Like, oh, I'm going to make a separate page, whatever. I started posting and I followed them. And they were like, oh, I'm going to just be posting on here for like accountability, posting my workouts, whatever. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do the same thing. So I did it. July 2020. And again, I can literally scroll down and find the first couple posts, and it's just like, hey guys, just going to be posting my workouts. I've been going to the gym for like a little over a year, whatever. Maybe I'll post some food that I eat because I'm really inconsistent with my eating. I'll try to hold myself accountable, whatever. I didn't know anything about tracking macros. Like that was just not a thing when I was going to the gym, like tracking food, protein goals. Like it was not that serious for me. And I feel like, I don't know if it was a thing in general. I mean, obviously it probably was, but like that concept like never like came to me of like tracking my food or like being super serious about it like that. So I did that. And then I think it was January of 21 that I started posting on TikTok more consistently. And then due to my little sister was the one that was on TikTok because she came from came from Musically. Like she was on Musically. Yeah. Then it transitioned over into TikTok. And then I think we went to Puerto Rico that December for the new year. And I remember we made a TikTok together and I posted it. And then from there I was like, okay, maybe I'll keep playing around with it, whatever. And then on TikTok, I started posting like, workout videos, and maybe I was also doing like cringy, like, like trending sounds, trending audios, like trending videos, like whatever.
The type of shit that I'll be doing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, and needless to say, I started blowing up more on TikTok, and then that that translated over into Instagram. And then I started kind of delving deeper into like that fitness community on the internet. And I remember like following a bunch of people and they would follow me back. And I was like, okay, like this is cool. Like maybe not that this will be a thing. I was still in school at the time. I finished. Actually, no, I wasn't. I graduated in December of 2020 officially. Okay. But I was still living in Gainesville. I had just signed another lease for another year. So I graduated a semester early technically. So spring of 21, like the whole year of 21, I was there as like an alumni in Gainesville, basically. So what else?
And during this whole time, you're consistently posting on social media and like gaining followers and all that.
Exactly. Again, mostly on TikTok, and then Instagram was kind of like, oh, here's a workout, or here's like some food, whatever.
Do you remember like the first post that I guess like popped off for you, or like maybe like really made you think like, oh shit, like I could be like.
Well, I was gonna say, so that next summer, about a year later, like I was saying, I was becoming mutuals with a lot of people, and I had not started talking to, but I was, in communication with these mutuals, whatever. And there was one guy that we were just texting like friends, whatever. And I had I was friends with a girl in LA, my friend Ariel. And, again, just internet mutuals, but I'm like, we started connecting, whatever. And I mean, this other guy from Fort Lauderdale, we were texting, and I wanted to go take a trip out to go meet and like hang out with Ariel. And then he was like, I think he was working with Raw Gear. This is all so like old. It's crazy. Good. But he was working with Raw Gear. So we were like, yeah, let's go to Zoo Culture. So we booked a trip with 2 other kids from like Washington, I think, like Seattle, Washington. And we all met in LA. Like first time I fully booked a trip to go to LA with like 3 random people from the internet.
Yeah.
Went to LA. Yeah, literally went to LA, went to Zoo Culture. I met Bradley Martin. I, did like the original Zoo Culture too.
Yeah.
The original Zoo Culture.
It's a good gym. People sleep on that gym.
It was okay, yeah.
It's one, I don't know what it is. It's one of my personal favorites. Like when I go there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very weird with with the gyms that I like. There's certain things about certain gyms that I'm like, this makes this gym really good. Like Barbell Brigade is one, and then Zoo Culture is another one. Where it's like you walk in and just feel.
I think because it's kind of maybe a similar vibe to Corrupted, where it's like really small and like almost more intimate.
It's intimate.
It's more intimate.
Also, it's like I have this corny ass thing that I have in my head. It's like the soul of this gym.
Yeah.
Like this gym has a lot of soul to it. I felt that with Zoo. I mean, other people are like, "You're fucking crazy."
Yeah.
But I genuinely felt that with Zoo, and I definitely feel that with Barbell Brigade. But sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slay. Well.
Just wanted to throw that in there. I was like, man.
No, I like it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. So we were in LA and then the trip ended. It was a little rocky. Like it was a lot of like really strong, like hard-headed personalities and none of us talk anymore. So that's a slay, but yeah, none of us talk anymore. Yeah, none of us talk anymore. But while I was there, I think it like while we were there, my 1 year of like, since I created the account, like happened while we were there. So I kind of had a moment of like, okay, it's been a year since I did this. I don't know how many followers I was at on Instagram, but I'm meeting these people and I'm seeing that like this influencing is like a thing. So I think that's when it kind of clicked for me. Like I can find a way to make this work. And I think I had always been saying to myself, like, if I can because I was in a time in like my college career where I studied psychology, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with the degree of psychology. I didn't want to go to grad school. I knew that for a damn fact. I didn't want to go to more school. And I was spending time like on LinkedIn, just looking up like intro to psychology jobs, like customer service, HR, like whatever the fuck it could be that I could get an adult job in. Cause before then I was just serving, bartending, doing like restaurant jobs. Yeah. So I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but I always said that if I could make the aspect of like going to the gym my job, and if I could make money from like going to the gym and working out, I would be set. So I was like, I gotta find a way to make that work. And then after that trip, I just kept going, kept posting, and then got a new like serving job. And then I would like go to Crunch in the morning, do my workouts, record whatever. I would edit, take a nap, go to work. And then like I was on my grind. Yeah.
So because like I remember for me, like there was like a specific moment where I was like, oh shit, I could probably do this.
I think for me it was that LA trip.
LA trip?
Yeah. Just
seeing like the possibilities, what everyone's doing and all that kind of stuff.
Because I was meeting, what's that guy's name? Like Miranda? No, not Miranda. Isaiah Miranda. There was some kid that
Okay,
I met him. I met the girl, the blonde girl, Noelle. Yes. I met both of them. Again, met Bradley Martin, and I was just in like that atmosphere of like the Raw Gear people. And I wanted to be with Raw Gear for a little bit. So I was like, oh my God, like this is a big brand, whatever. Yeah. And like I wanted to be with Raw Gear, but I think after that was like, okay, this is a thing. I see that people are making money like this, so I can do this too. Yeah. That was kind of it for me, I think, was just that trip in its entirety.
Oh, that's interesting. I just never see that part of your life I have no clue about.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like, I mean,
I don't talk about it a lot, but it's like, I like to think that I'm like not like an OG, like you're like an OG, but like I think in this, there's almost like a different like generation of these like fitness influencers. Sure. And I think I'm an OG.
Yeah, it's interesting because you started basically like 2020.
I started in 2020. Yeah. And I started blowing up in 2020.
Okay. So then, I mean, it's crazy because it's not that long ago. It's like
exactly. No, literally. It's not that long ago, but I see people like coming up now. And I think back to like how it was in 2020, 2021. And I'm like I went, like, people don't even know that there was an original Zoo Culture. And I'm like, I was there. Like, I was there in 2021. Like,
I remember I was out in LA for about like a month. Like, living out in LA for a month. And I was going to Zoo Culture to train.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
That's why I like it so much, because I was able to kind of see
it. Became like a home for you. Yeah.
But it's also, I asked that question with the whole, when did you start with social media and how was your start like? Because there's a lot of people, I think it's almost like in sports or entertainment or music or anything like that, every person has moments. Yeah. Right. So it's like, when I think about some of the influencers I used to follow, they had like this moment where like they were that person. Yeah. But then it trickles down more into like, how long can you keep this going? Like, what's your longevity? Is everything you're doing
That's the thing now. Yeah.
Yeah. Because some people like pop up, like Sam Sulek. I mean, shit. Yeah. I mean, as a YouTuber, I mean, he's averaging numbers that like streamers don't average, which is crazy. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what his journey is going to be like for the rest of his fitness journey.
I see that. Yeah.
Same thing with like Larry Wills. Larry Wills was like I remember it was like Larry Wheel's year, you know. So I always ask people like, how did they start and what their journeys were like. Okay, so then you were in Florida, Gainesville, right?
Go Gators.
And you said that your lease ended, like you signed another year lease.
Yeah, so the leases in Gainesville were like college student leases where it was like August through July. Like there wasn't no like, you know, you're ready to sign whenever, like adulting leases. So I had signed another lease in, because when did I move here? What year are we in? We're in 2023. So 2022 July is when my last lease ended. So August of 21 was when I signed a new lease, because then it ended July of next year.
How long have you been in Houston?
Over a year.
Over a year?
Yeah.
23.
We're almost in November.
When did you move here? Okay, so yeah, okay.
Math is hard.
Yeah, no, because I'm like
I moved here.
beginning of 20.
I moved here in July of 2022. Yes.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a little over a year.
It's been over a year. Yeah. It was a year when we were in Miami. It was a year.
Yeah. Well, it's just crazy because I just feel as though like you've been here for like a long time.
No, over a year.
Yeah, and that's not, that's not that far back.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay, so then you started popping off more on TikTok. Was there like a specific post, or was it just like gradual?
Again, it was probably like on and off, because this is part of the reason why this is part of the reason why my ratio is so bad, because I was playing on the fact that like I have a decent physique, and like the people on TikTok like a decent physique. So I was playing on that, and I would blow up because of like stupid videos that.
How were you playing into that?
I don't know. Just don't make me think about it too much.
No. Let's talk about how are you? No, because you know why? Because this is such a good conversation, and I used to talk to my friends all the time about this specific.
Yeah, I think just like, because there was a lot of like, I even, how on TikTok now it's like, oh, videos you posted a year ago, 2 years ago. I see them now, and it's just me using like trending audios, and I would somehow make it fit into like a fitness niche. And I don't know, I look back at them and I'm like, yeah, these are cringy as fuck. Like, I don't know
how are you doing that specifically?
Should I look?
what were you doing? Because I really want to.
Okay, there was one the other day that I saw where it was like, something like, okay, here's one. On this day a year ago. Let's see what this is. Oh, I hope it loads. They're just so cringy.
No, it's all good. Yeah, if you're not cringing at your old shit, you're not growing.
They're so cringy.
I cringe at some of the shit I posted yesterday. I'm like, why the fuck was I on that?
This is so bad.
Let me see.
No, I can't.
What is it?
I can't believe I posted this. I cannot believe that I posted stuff like this on the internet. Like,
that's not that bad.
That's so bad.
That's not that bad.
So I would just take like, there was a lot of like just trending like audios and stuff that I would somehow make to fit. Like, okay, gym rat, someone who goes to the gym, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that's that bad. I mean,
I think they're really cringy.
I don't know. I don't think there's. I think there's like.
I don't know.
I think there's different pillars you could take with social media. Right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to harp more on that is because I think that's a really good conversation, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of people don't realize the type of content they make will pigeonhole themselves.
Yeah.
Like, so like speaking more specifically, and this is not just women. Like this is like dudes too. Like you can pigeonhole yourself with your content, but early on, actually no, because girls still do this now. Bro, if you make your content only about your ass, like it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, like, you're gonna be getting likes, but it's not gonna be able to translate into like actually selling things. Like, do people know who you are? Like, are you just ass on IG?
Exactly,
because that's gonna get a lot of likes. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's not gonna allow you to like build something for yourself. And I think that oftentimes people just get obsessed with the likes. Yeah, and they don't see the long game and see the endless possibilities that can happen when you invest more in yourself. Which
I think I definitely had a moment about. Like, I was never like super like provocative or anything, because I've kind of been like, I didn't like that, and I know the type of attention that I am capable of drawing from people, and I didn't want my content to be that, but I definitely played on like, oh, big legs or like big glutes, whatever, but never made it like ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I know
but I
what you
definitely
mean.
played on that, and I did fall into like, this is blowing up because I have big legs and people like the big, and I'd see the comments and I'm like, okay, it's got a little weird, but like it works. And then it translated to Instagram and it was
Yeah. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
like I mean, just keep it on the ass. Like, yo, there's nothing wrong with showing your assets off. Like, but don't make that the crux.
Right.
of
No,
the content,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm speaking to like everyone. And you could even tie that in with dudes too. Like if I'm only posting
like a
let's say
shredded physique. Like
if
a
I'm only
shredded
posting a
physique can
shredded
only
physique
take you
and,
so
like,
far.
My
Yeah.
likes are peaking at shredded physique. Like I'm gonna only want to be shredded the whole time.
And
like,
that's the big, no, I've talked about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge issue. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like people just need to learn how to get people to invest in the individual, and those people are going to be invested in your journey. Period.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
you could literally go start fucking doing I don't know real estate or some shit.
Yeah.
People will probably still tune in because they're investing to the individual, not so much like what you do.
You're shredded.
makes sense.
Yeah, the shredded bod.
Okay, that was I just wanted to talk about that because I see a
the
lot of
fat
people
ass.
pigeonhole themselves.
Yeah.
What do you say, fat ass?
I said you don't want people to be addicted to or like follow like the shredded physique or the fat ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just the two.
There's nothing wrong with ass now.
There's
I'm just
nothing wrong with ass.
You just can't only have ass. Like,
Exactly. You gotta have
be-
personality to match the ass.
Exactly. So like
Exactly.
with you living in Florida, what was the decision to move to Houston?
So I had a lot of like these internet mutuals that I had a lot of them in Dallas, honestly. So Dallas was kind of high up on my list, like the idea of going there and just like knowing people there.
I hate Dallas.
I didn't know anything.
Actually, I'm just joking. Shout out to all the people that live in Dallas.
Shout out Dallas.
Houston, y'all already know what it is.
Yeah.
Houston and Dallas got this thing.
Yeah.
It's like this little silent beef.
Yeah.
Just had to.
But I think I just had more like mutuals out in Dallas, and I didn't know anyone in Houston, but I started working with Anaka in 21.
21.
Yeah, I think like April of 21.
Okay.
And I had found out that, they were out in Houston. And then the idea, well, I knew that I wanted to get out of Gainesville. That was like my thing from the beginning. I knew that my time was expiring in Gainesville, and I was very secure on the idea that like, I've been here for 5 years. I've kind of like maxed out like my growth capabilities here in Gainesville. And I didn't want to go back to my parents' house in South Florida. And aside from that, I didn't really have much other option. I was just like, okay, I think that the idea of moving to Texas and figuring it out could be good for me. Yeah. So I was between Austin, Dallas, and Houston,
You picked you chose the right place.
I think I did. Yeah, I definitely did.
Out of those three options, I would like to think you chose the right place.
I think so. I'm confident in the decision, yeah.
Dallas actually isn't that bad. I actually going to Dallas next month, but
Really? I've heard that there's like less to do in Dallas than in Houston.
Dallas
like,
is all business.
It's a lot smaller too.
Yeah, Houston's big though.
Houston's huge.
Humongous.
Huge.
Dallas is more so like I want to go make money and I'm gonna go link with people that make money.
Okay.
Houston is like it's like a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
But Dallas is definitely like business. It's like more business oriented.
Like professional, like not like professional, but like
yeah, it's like
maybe
more,
not so much like entrepreneur, because there's a lot of entrepreneurship in Houston.
There is, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. I just feel like Dallas is more business, and like the niggas that live there are a little bit different.
Okay, bet.
You're like, oh, okay,
Cool.
I don't know. They're just different. I don't know. I've always had this thing, or not me, but Houston always had this thing. It's like I could look at a Dallas motherfucker and be like, yeah, you're from Dallas. I know you're from Dallas. Just the way you move and shit.
The way you move.
Kind of weird a little bit.
Yeah.
So okay, you moved to Houston. So at this time, because that just dipped on off. At this time, you were doing just normal workouts, right? Like fitness.
Correct. Yeah.
Fitness girly, like
fitness
working out legs like
fitness
3 times a week
slay.
type shit.
Literally 3 times a week. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually 3 times a week. I
That's
still remember
like
my split. My split was something like, I think Monday was always a leg day. I'm a firm believer in that. Monday's a leg day. Quads and calves with whatever accessories. Tuesday is always back and biceps. Wednesday is glutes and hamstrings, and then chest and triceps. And then, I started doing shoulders and arms on Fridays.
Okay.
So I reduced just to 2 leg days. But
And
I definitely think I had 3 at some point.
Would you check the weekend off too?
Yeah, weekends are off.
Okay. So then whenever you moved to Houston, you switched that.
Well, so I didn't get injured back in Gainesville, but I had a moment of time where I like fucked up my back, and it was just like this weird, just like I always felt like it was like a pressure in like my lower back, and it would hurt to like bend over, like pick up my cat Pluto, like pick anything up at the gym, whatever. Like I would try to squat and I would feel it, whatever. I ended up going to like physical therapy for it because I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like I stopped working out. I would just go to the gym and go walk on a treadmill, like try to keep moving. And then I always found that when I would go to work, like my bartending job, it would hurt at like the beginning of the shift. Like there were some days where I'd be like, can you please take the shift? Like I can't go if my back hurts. But then I would end up going and at the end of the night, it would be gone. So like I started realizing like the more I move, the more I like warm up and like get the blood flowing in that area, like it would be gone. Yeah. So, and like the morning was always the worst of it. So I ended up going to physical therapy for it, and they told me the whole thing about like your core is too weak. You got to strengthen your core to help your back, whatever.
I was literally thinking that as you told me.
Yep. And so I did. I think like 2 sessions a week for maybe a month, something like that. And they would just have me in there doing a bunch of different core workouts, and I had a strong core. Like they were impressed by everything I could do, but apparently just had to be stronger. And then eventually, like I kept kind of adjusting my workouts, whatever, and I started getting back into it. And I think I started telling myself, like, because I had been doing like squat, bench, and deadlift by myself since I pretty much started. Like I started off squatting, eventually I started deadlifting, and then I started benching in like fall of 2020.
I was gonna say because a lot of women don't bench. What made you want to bench?
I don't know. I started hitting chest, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to try benching.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say though, like with I mean, even when you started saying like your lower back would hurt, because my lower back hurts when I start ignoring my posterior chain. So like if I don't work out, if I don't specifically target my hamstrings and like my actual ass, like my lower back gets so tight.
See, I don't know what it was, because I feel like I was pretty well rounded, maybe an imbalance, but then maybe also just like not progressing properly. Yeah. Like because I was deadlifting and I was squatting, and I was probably like, I was the type of person where I was like, oh, I feel really good, let me go for a PR today.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just not proper programming.
Correct. Not proper programming. It's going to end up fucking you up. You should hire a coach. Like,
you know what's so crazy though? Like, as you become a powerlifter, you start realizing how fucked your previous training.
Oh, for sure.
Schedule and like programming was, like lack of programming.
Yeah, no,
it makes
exactly.
a huge difference. But since I just mentioned it, you came to Houston and became a powerlifter. Like, what made you want to do powerlifting?
So when I was recovering from that whole thing, I told myself, like, because I was doing everything by myself already, like the squat, bench, and deadlift, I said that I want to find some sort of a coach to learn what proper programming looks like. Like I want to be programmed with maybe the idea of competing one day. So I was following Lift ATX on Instagram because I went and visited my friend in Austin like that December or something.
Shout out to the boys over there.
Yeah, they're cool. So I followed their Instagram, or I was following their Instagram, and they posted one day like a personal trainer that they had, a woman, and she does online coaching too. And I was like, okay, like I like the idea of working with a woman, and I hit her up and I was like, yeah, I want to do online coaching. And then I started off with her with like power building, you know, like not really the idea of competing at any time soon, but she was programming me. And that was like my first introduction into like squatting and then like dumbbell pressing on the same day. So it was like no more like quads and calves, but it was like squatting and then like some chest and some back. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm power building, you know, super fun, whatever. So that was in 2022. Yeah, that was early 2022. So, and then I kept her through when I moved to Houston. And I was like, yeah, I like the idea of competing, but I'm not going to do it until I'm at a powerlifting gym. And then I came to Houston in June to visit, like for summer shredding. That was my first time at Corrupted Strength. And I was like, when I move to Houston, I'm going to be training at this gym and I'm finally going to compete. And I'm going to do the prep like at this gym. So moved to Houston. I lasted with her for like maybe a month. And then I started talking to people about like the type of programming that she was giving me. And people were like, yeah, this isn't good. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
It's like, I think I remember like you were like just asking. I mean, I remember we had like we had a conversation and I was just like, I mean, if you want to progress, you should get like a powerlifting specific coach.
Yeah. But you know, the thing was that she did powerlifting.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah. She competed. I think she was USPA. I think she's USPA. Yeah.
Well, I will say too, it's like a lot of times.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but a lot of times, which doesn't, I mean, it gets spoken about a decent amount, but a lot of times, like people that lift and coach, like they don't have like the greatest stuff.
Correct. Yeah. Because I think what happened was that I was fine with the powerlifting stuff with her, or the power building stuff with her. But then when I told her like, okay, I'm in Houston, I'm at a good gym, I'm ready to, you know, I think I found the meet I wanted to do. It was in December. And then I think it put me at like maybe 12 weeks out, 15 weeks out, something like that. And then she was like, okay, cool. We're going to go into this volume phase. Like she specifically switched everything over. We're going to go into this volume phase. And I started like, I had like just perfected my low bar squat because it was a really difficult transition for me to learn low bar. Just perfected it. And then she's like, okay, yeah, we're going to switch over to this. And then she was programming me like high bar, like 4x8s, like high bar shit. And I was like, with like no more low bar. And I was like, I'm going to lose it. Like if I don't practice it, I'm going to lose it. What are we doing? And then my knees started acting up and everything, just like my quads got fucked up. And I was like, something's wrong. I was like talking to Bella, talking to a bunch of people. And then I think I ended up hitting up Brandon Petrie for coaching. Yeah. And then
Why'd you laugh?
Because I know about your beef. Like,
oh no, we don't got no beef, bro. That's all good.
No more beef.
Yeah,
no more beef.
That was just some competitive.
Because I had remember he started coming, or he went around corrupted a couple times. And I had seen him, and Bella told me he was a coach. So I think I hit him up first, and then he put me on to Kelly. He's like, oh, my friend Kelly does coaching as well. And then he kind of like put me in with her, like told her my issues, whatever. And then Kelly picked me up right away. Like we literally had like a FaceTime call or something that day. And I told her, Kelly, my knees are fucked up. I don't know why I'm doing high bar. I'm going to lose the low bar ability, whatever. And I have this meet. Can you help me? Yeah. And she helped me. And now we're good. And I've been with Kelly now for probably about a year now.
Yeah. How do you like powerlifting?
I really like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I was never, I don't know if you knew this too, but I was never like, you can probably tell, I was never like an athlete before this. Like, I mean, you can probably tell, like, I'm not very fucking athletic.
No, you have an athlete. I mean, you have an athlete build. I don't know.
I'm not very athletic. Like,
I mean, I've never seen you like run and shit.
I don't run.
I know, but I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, you're definitely not.
She's not athletic. No.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that.
But I was never like in high school. I didn't do any any sports or anything. The most I ever did was like, my parents putting me through like little league fucking soccer. I did taekwondo for like 6 months, ballet, gymnastics, like all the little kid stuff. But like I never stuck with anything. So when I competed in December, like all I knew was that I liked the squat, bench, and deadlift, and I liked the idea of progressing and getting stronger. And then when I competed in December, like that kind of solidified it for me, where I was like, I think I really like this, because I always hated the idea of team sports. I did not like team sports because I was like, I'm so controlling as a person. I don't like relying on other people. I think that's what it was. I never liked relying on other people to like, we have to work fucking together. I can't do all the work here. We got to work together to win. Yeah. But with powerlifting, like, it's literally all in my control. Yeah. And I think I really like that. Yeah. And after that, like on top of what I already liked about it with like just getting stronger and being a strong woman, whatever, and progressing like that, the competitive aspect of it, I was like, this is literally all in my control. And I love that.
Yeah. It's so crazy. I think a lot more influencers like that do fitness. I don't know why they just don't powerlift.
Yeah. Right. It's not as like aesthetic.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, because I'm thinking about it like this, right? Like, you train. I know for a fact a lot of these influencers like have no like purpose. Yeah, because I've been there. Like, I remember when I was just doing social media.
No, that's how I started.
I mean, I've always been a powerlifter ever since I started social media. But it's like, bro, like, let's be real. You go home. I mean, you go to the gym. You go back home and do nothing all day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like, there's no like. I feel like as human beings, we need some type of purpose to feel valued. Yeah, and I feel like. It's a low barrier. It's a low entry.
Low entry barrier. Sport. Yeah. Like it's not that difficult.
Yeah. Sign up for a meet, compete, just be doing that in your off season. And then like maybe if you want to start doing some other shit, you can do other shit. But yeah. So do you see like longevity with powerlifting is something you feel like you're going to be doing for a decent amount of time, or is it just something that's like good for right now?
I think it's definitely good for right now. I know I set the goal for myself to want to go to nationals next year in 2024. So I'm trying to plan out my year next year because I'm deep into an off season right now. So I'm thinking like maybe an early like spring meet and then hopefully qualify there and then do nationals. And then, yeah, just keep talking around, just keep figuring out like, I just want to keep progressing with it. Like I know I'm nowhere near like where I can be. But competitively, like I don't know. I think I get into that mindset where I'm up against people like Cranon, who's in my weight class, and I'm like, I'm never going to pull 500 pounds on the deadlift.
Well, you
like,
won't now that you say that.
Not with that attitude, but like,
it sounds so corny, but literally like,
and I'm a believer in that too. I'm like, speak things into existence, but I'm like, realistically, like,
I'm being so
she was
serious,
like, she was an athlete, like, like,
cares?
Okay, like,
yeah, no, but I'm saying like, no, seriously, like, because when I think about it like this, right, when I first joined powerlifting, and I know people can be like, oh, like genetics and all that type of shit. Yeah. When I first joined powerlifting, I looked up who's the best in my weight class. And I saw a motherfucker's name on there. His name was John Hack. And I looked at his numbers and I said, how in the world is someone doing this? Yeah. Like, how is he doing this? Right? And I was like, man, not only do I have to catch up to him, I have to like surpass. I have to surpass him. Or I have to get to a point where I'm like exceeding his own progression because I got to catch him and then beat him. Yeah. And he's still progressing himself. So I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do that? Yeah. Right. But I mean, you just start. You start somewhere and you'll be surprised. You'll outwork people. Things might happen. Like you'll find yourself like, I just don't want, every time I hear people say that. That's valid though. Yeah. Like you never know what the fuck
like
is
Cranon, I love you.
No. And I fuck with Cranon too. Like obviously, like literally texting me this morning. Yeah. But it's like, bro, like give yourself a chance. Yeah. Why not? You know, like that's why you see me, honestly, that's a big part of the reason why you see me coming to the gym sometimes when I come in. Cause like, I used to be way worse. Like back in the day, that was like an everyday thing. Some days you might catch me and I'm singing now, but I look at it, it's like, I have no time to waste. And like, I don't want to waste a workout. Yeah. So that's why it comes so intentional. It's like, bro, I have a goal of, let's say I have a goal of deadlifting 500 pounds. I need to focus on this day instead of talking and fucking around with my friends and doing all that kind of stuff. But I just don't want you to like, hold yourself back. If you want to be like, can I be good? Yeah. If you want to be competitive, I feel that. Be fucking competitive. Yeah. Fuck all that.
And I think, I can definitely tap into that because one thing that I have been like really proud of is just how I've handled this off season. Yeah. Because so I competed at like the end of June, like obviously a couple months ago. And I told Kelly, I said, I don't want to have a meet in mind. I just want to be deep into an off season because between December and this last meet, I did like 4 blocks of an off season. And then hop right back into a prep type of thing. So I was like, I want to do more than 4 weeks or more than 4 blocks of an off season. Just take it for as long as it needs to be. And I want to build up this deadlift and I want to build up this bench. So my squat is good, but like I need to build up everything else. And then obviously keep going with that. And I think what I'm really proud of is just how I've handled it and how consistent I've been with it. Because I find that like a lot of people will maybe be like unmotivated or like lack their discipline with like, oh, I don't have a meet, you know, I can skip this day or like I can slack off a little bit. But like I haven't missed a workout. Yeah, I haven't missed a training session. I took 1 week off after my meet when I went to Puerto Rico and then I was training in Miami. I trained in LA when we went to Disneyland. Like I have not missed a training day in this off season.
And then think about that too on top of like, okay, Now, like training, I got that down. Like I'm gonna be in the gym. Yeah. Now think about like, when I get to the gym, I'm gonna be a fucking animal. Yeah. I want to fucking attack this workout. Yeah. You couple that with like the nutrition. When I go home at night, I'm gonna make sure that I'm on point with my shit.
That too. Yeah. I'm hitting my protein.
Yeah. Hitting my protein, all that type of stuff. You'll be so surprised what your body could do if you just lock the fuck in. And imagine doing that for a full year. Like. Shit. I mean, you were surprised. You surprised yourself. I just don't want you to like not be competitive because you're like, well, I'll never catch these people. I'm like, well, you'll definitely never catch them if you're not.
With that mindset, yeah. No, I feel that. Yeah.
So do you feel like what are your thoughts? Because I don't know how in tune you are with the powerlifting community. What's your like? Maybe you are a little bit because I'm
a little bit. I mean, I follow all you guys. Yeah.
What's your take on powerlifting? Like just the community?
It's fucking messy. It's very.
You got straight to it.
It's fucking messy and it's so petty. It's so petty. Yeah. Like it's actually like, how old are you?
Well, some of these people are fucking 18.
I think maybe that's the thing, but like, I don't know, like. I'm trying to think of like specific examples, but it just seems very petty and they're so like, powerlifters are very like
clicky,
definitely clicky. Yes, definitely clicky. Like there's like fucking gym beef, gym beef, coach beef. Yes. Team beef, which is fine, you know, like rivalry, you know, whatever. But even with just like Just like nitpickiness, like the whole thing with like specific bars and specific like, oh, I can't bench at Alpha Land. Like I like the Alpha Land combo racks. I love the Alpha Land combo
it's like I can't.
racks.
Yeah, I can't. If you lift on pound plates, that shit does not count.
Yeah, pound plates. Like the
do you know
God forbid.
There's only like 2 platforms that people like lifting on, like the 2 TSS ones.
Yep.
They like fight over it.
Yeah.
Like, they'll like literally weight there.
Full on weight.
Like,
the specific bar, like it has to be my bar.
Yeah.
With my collars.
Shout out to Weeds because Weeds has his bar and it's like that's the only thing he uses. I'm like, dog.
Well, Steve has one too. I don't know if it's the same one. I think it's a different one.
What's the difference?
Yeah, they're all power bars. His specific one. Which I'm like, shout out Steve. I love Steve. Singleton Slay. But
shout out to everyone.
Like we love everyone.
God damn. Yo, y'all, man, I'm fucking tired of powerlifters, man. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just so like nitpicky, very clicky, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm just not well versed in like other sports, but like,
I wonder. I don't
know.
Now that you mentioned it, I genuinely wonder if like the weightlifting community has the same thing, like where it's
like Olympic shit, yeah,
Olympic weightlifting. I wonder.
Yeah, gotta ask like Xena.
Yeah, well, Xena's like just now getting into.
She is, yeah. She's doing CrossFit before, yeah.
But powerlifting.
Yeah.
There's some annoying parts about it. It's like
maybe because it's so niche and it's still so small.
It's so niche and people will come in, like people new to the sport will come in.
Yeah.
And they post their lifts and it's like they almost get shit on. It's like your squat technique is fucking ass.
Yeah.
Your bench is
stuff like that. Yeah.
Just started last month, motherfuckers.
Literally, like give me some slack, like please.
Like, yeah, I mean,
there's that. My coach.
There's definitely that part to it, but there's also the beautiful part of like
it's like they still try to like gatekeep it. But it's like, do we want to expand or do you want to keep fucking gatekeeping? Like, which one is it?
I've been fighting that since 2017.
Which one is it? Exactly. Yeah.
Since 2017. But I think there's also a beautiful element to it. It's like, you could go like someone new could come to Corrupted and you have like the members are not just members. They're like almost helpers. Yeah. It's like, okay, you need to get this coach. You need this wrist wrap. You need these knee sleeves. You want to take mine. You want to use mine. Like all that type of stuff. So
can you imagine borrowing someone's knee sleeves?
That's actually sick. Pretty sick. But there's often times where like people will come to Corruption and I just give them shit because I'm like, they're kind of starting. Yeah, exactly. And I want them to have a good experience.
Exactly.
Versus like having a bad experience and then just like I tried power.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the people. Yeah, exactly.
That's a big part of it.
For sure.
People make things go, and I feel as though sometimes powerlifting gets lost in the fact of like, bro, be kind. God
be fucking nice. Like all we're doing is lifting some iron. Like it's not that serious.
Yeah, some people take it. Some people take it to a weird ass level.
Yeah.
I don't know. But would you, in comparison, would you rather be a competitive powerlifter or would you like go back to like the casual like fitness stuff?
Oh no, definitely competitive powerlifting. Like I like you said, like having a purpose with my training. Yeah. Like because I follow like some creators, like some girls out in Austin that like they kind of blew up as like fitness creators and then now they're very heavily transitioning more into lifestyle. And I was even listening to a podcast of theirs on the way over here talking about like, you know, I still lift, I still enjoy because it's so healthy and it's good for me. It's how I started. But like they're doing like Pilates now and like yoga and like other types of classes and just other ways of like keeping themselves like healthy and everything and just keeping moving. But I'm like, for right now really like having a structure in my programming and following like having like structured progression because it's something that like I can control. And like when I was fucking down bad in September and I thought that my whole life was going to shit for whatever reason.
This most recent September?
This is like a month ago. Yeah. Oh, literally like, last month. Yeah.
Like last month? Like,
last month. Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was like, damn. Okay.
I continued. The one thing that I kept doing was I kept eating and I kept training because I was still getting some sort of like instant gratification out of those two. I was like, at the end of the day, I hit my fucking protein goal. At the end of the day, I did one extra rep on bench that I didn't do last week. Or like I went up 5 pounds on my squat and I hit a triple PR, whatever it might be. And the fact that I could still control those things, like that was still satisfying to me. And that still gave me like a purpose.
It's like one of the last things that kind of keep you sane.
Which is crazy because the gym is sometimes the first thing to go when some people are going through it.
For sure,
but for me, it was the one thing that I kept doing. So
yeah, it's like I said, it's like the last thing that kind of keeps you sane. Yeah. Some people like the world goes to shit for them. Yeah. And it's like, well, I don't have the energy to go to the gym.
Exactly. Yep.
And I feel like
I was like, no, this is the one. If I do anything, I'm gonna go squat today.
I could be shit. The world could be crumbling. I could be down to my last dollar. I'm gonna find a way to get into a gym. Or do some type of physical activity.
Literally something. Like,
I don't know. Natural endorphins, man.
Yeah.
To release that.
Yep.
But now here comes the fun part. I mean, that was
Please.
still fun because I was learning about you. There's so much. You do a good job of talking about a lot of different relationships.
Oh man,
you have like a lot of good takes.
yes, I do.
You also have your podcast. What's your podcast name?
Always Adri. I'm recording an episode when I get home today.
Oh really?
So yes,
okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I already know what topics you're going to talk about.
We'll see. Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit going on. Before we tackle that, though, I think it will be a good transition off of this. You're currently in a relationship. I remember we talked about, maybe I listened to a podcast or like maybe we've talked about it before at dinner or something. You were essentially the one that shot the shot at, at Joel.
About what? Oh yes, okay.
Yeah, like you definitely,
like to initiate the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
You basically pulled.
Yes.
Okay. So talk about that because I mean that's not like some women don't be doing that shit. So
yeah.
Can you pretty much
let me pull up his TikTok because he posted the video that I shot my shot on came up on his page the other day and he like reposted it. Yeah.
I gotta see this. I gotta see the specific video.
Let me see.
But like, nah, I gotta pull up.
Yeah, basically. I really did.
What you said, I want you to tell the story because what you said was wild.
Let me see if I can find the video.
That is crazy.
Oh, where is it? Okay, well, the video, he posted a video, I think it was in 2021. Yeah, it was like about 2 years ago in 2021. And it was something like, I hope I find it. It was something like, based on the outfit today, like the gym outfit, what am I hitting? Like at the gym. All right. And I responded, or I commented on it, and I said, legs and then knee.
Huh. Wow. It gets wild.
My dad's gonna watch this video.
Nah, shout out to man. Hey man, she knew what she wanted. Like
my dad's gonna watch it. Shout out my parents.
She saw what she wanted and took it. Where? I mean, like
I can't find it, but yeah.
Let's take a moment. I want everyone that's listening, especially the men. Can you imagine posting like a fit, like just, you look so cool. You just casual with it. You like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready for the gym.
Yeah.
What am I hitting? You got a girl, mind you, like you got a popping on social media at this point.
I was popping. Yeah.
Yeah. You hit him with the legs and then me. What? You're no better. You might be worse than a man. God damn. God damn. That is aggressive. What was your mindset?
Shoot my shot.
Because that wasn't even. I don't know. Honestly, now that I think about it, that wasn't a shot. That was like you were on a mission. There was something going on in your head when you sent that.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. If a girl could be bricked up, that's definitely what it was. Respectful.
Oh my god.
Like what? No, seriously. Like what was going through your head? Because I wanna. You just saw it and you're like, I want that.
Yeah, basically.
Damn. Do you feel like women should be more like that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
Can you break that down? Because women
need to go after what the fuck they want. Like, and men are so easy. Like that was part of it. Like I knew that would get his attention, and I knew he would slide into my DMs, and I knew I would get a phone number. Like,
because you wanted that, right? Like
yes.
That's what you wanted. Yeah. It's like,
I don't shoot my shot like for fun. Like,
oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck. She's like, I don't play fucking games. So when I pull up, you know what fucking time it is. God damn.
I'm sweating.
Damn, you direct as fuck. That's dope though. Holy shit.
We need a pause.
Yeah, she does.
I can't.
Damn. I fuck with it though. But dudes are easy as fuck.
I can't. I'm sweating.
Dudes are easy as fuck. I bet Joel got that comment. He said that shit, yo, nigga. Hit that shit, hit the group chat. Yo, shorty in my shit talking about she wanna get hit. She said legs and me. I said, yo, I know the challenge.
Legs and me.
So like, yeah, I mean, so
yeah.
Okay, when you
Shout
talk to your
hey,
girlfriends about pulling up, like, what's their takes on it, and what's your take on it? Like shooting your shot at the guy.
I think I don't know what other women's takes is. I don't know why women don't do it. Like just tap into like their power. Like as a woman, like we have most of the control in the relationship. into like in like a good relationship, like we have the majority of the control. And like I'm sure you've heard that saying where it's like women fuck who they want, men fuck who they can.
Yeah.
So like that right there breaks it down. Like women have the control like over a man pretty much. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like if a woman wants a man, like odds are he will probably want you back. Will probably want you back. Like
have you been rejected a lot? Or like have you been rejected?
I've been rejected, yeah. I mean,
like curved?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't make all the shots.
No.
How did those curves go though?
Oh man, this was years ago. I don't know. My college days.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I'm good because I don't know. Dude curving a girl is kind of like unheard of.
A lot of that. A lot of like, I don't know, like not today. Like I'm good. You know, like dodging whatever.
You know
like
really
or like we play a little game. Like I dodge him, he dodge me. Like some shit like that. Yeah.
Like they got too much. They really got too much going on.
And they have other options, right? It wasn't my turn. Yeah. Some shit like that. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, man. Shout out to Joe, man. But guys are easy. It's just like, I don't take much shit. I feel like girls don't realize, like, if you like a guy's pick, like, he be on some shit like, yo, shorty just like my shit.
Shorty just like my shit. I'm kicking my feet and shit.
Oh my God. Damn, you said that you said legs and then me. So then how did that, okay, so then from there, how did it progress?
I think he DM'd me, and then I've tried scrolling up in our TikTok DMs, but I don't think it goes up that far. Yeah. Maybe I don't know, deleted it for some whatever reason, but it doesn't go up that high. And then we exchanged numbers probably right away. And then again, this was about 2 years ago. So like in like the fall of 21. And I know we texted pretty on and off because I remember like I drove down to Halloween Horror Nights one night. Like it was around this time because I remember talking about Halloween and Halloween Horror Nights. And he had like no idea what Halloween Horror Nights was, which was kind of crazy. But
what is that?
Like the Universal Studios does like, I don't know, like a whole thing for like half the month of September. And then like the month of October, we're like at night, like you can go to Universal during the day, like the park. And then like at night they kick out the regular day people and then you buy a separate ticket for Halloween Horror Nights. And it's just like mazes and like haunted houses and like scare zones and shit. Okay. Yeah. So I went to that 2 years ago with some girlfriends and then he had no idea about that. And then we kind of texted like on and off. And then mind you, again, I was in Gainesville, he was in Virginia. So I think there was a period of time where we kind of just fell off or fizzled out. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, where I'm going. Like, this is just an internet friend, like another, just a mutual, right? Another mutual. And I didn't think it would go anywhere. And then into the next year, into 2022, I think we picked back up at some point before we both ended up coming out in June for summer shredding. And I remember one of the conversations I remember like before we met up in June was him telling me that he became a GBT athlete. He's like, oh, I just got a GBT code. I'm so excited. And I remember having that conversation. And then I came to summer shredding with my girlfriend from California, Ariel. And he came with like the whole group of guys, whatever. And then we just met up at Alphalon one day. And then that was just the first, that was the first time that we met in person.
Is that around the time you guys all came to Corrupted? And it was like fucking busy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like everyone. It was like 20 plus people.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then you guys have been happily in a relationship ever since?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, so that was in June, and then obviously we both went our separate ways. I went back to Florida, he went back to Virginia, and then I literally signed a lease to move to Houston like 2 weeks after that. Like, and then he, I think like a week after he got back, like got in touch with his current coach, Adrian, for like bodybuilding, and Adrian gave him this like opportunity, like, let's do summer shredding, like I'll prep you, whatever. So he basically signed on to do summer shredding, was going to hop into a prep. And then his big thing is that like we've been texting every day since then. Like we texted every day that summer, maybe hopped on a FaceTime every now and then, whatever. But his big thing is that like I was the person that was there for him like literally every day. And like if he was struggling with prep or struggling with this, struggling with that, like he would come and like text me and I was like that person for him. And then so the next summer shredding was in October. He came for that. we had talked about him staying with me for like a night or two, like after his show.
Okay.
And then we're developing a relationship, Ross.
I be knowing the vibes. Bro, can I stay with you after the show for a day or two? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Stop.
yo, like I ain't got no Airbnb. Like,
No, but he did. He had a place to stay.
Oh shit!
He had a place to stay, but we're like, yeah, you can stay with me like after the show, like
Yeah.
slay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this quick dub and then pull up on you.
Exactly.
Cool?
Basically, you know, I remember the video that I posted the other day. That was like the year ago where I taught him how to bench.
Yes.
And you said teaching him how to bench
That's
is
a
a
body.
body.
That's a body.
Did you see what I ended up responding after that?
No, I didn't see. What'd you say?
I said the body was already acquired by the time I taught him how to bench.
Yeah, nah, because the sauce he was putting on the instructions was too much. I was like, yo, like, goddamn, like,
It was too much.
she's like,
Too
there you.
much.
She goes like, there you. She's like, that's how. She's like, yeah, just crank it up right here. And the way she looked at it, she was like, I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, damn. I wonder if Joel like felt that at that time.
Oh, please.
We know the vibes. We know, yo, fitness people's game is so like interesting. Like,
Yeah.
so he did the show and stayed over, and then like y'all was
He
like,
actually stayed the first day that he like got here. I picked him up from the airport, and he ended up staying with me. He ended up staying with me that night.
yeah, bro, couldn't wait.
He ended up staying with me that night, but it was really cute because again, he had a place to stay. He has like an older, like a family friend that lives here, and he was gonna stay with him. And it was like, I think we were hanging out. We went to Alpha Land. We like got food from HEB. We were eating at my place, and then it was like, you know, it was like it wasn't late, but it was getting dark, right? Because the time changed. And it was probably like 8 p.m. And he's like, oh, I don't want to make you drive at night. Like maybe I could just stay
Joe,
here.
you ain't slick, boy. You ain't slick, my nigga. I know what you was going for.
He's like, I don't want to make you drive at night. Like
shit.
I was
Dangerous.
like, what if I turned you down? What if I said like, oh, I'll call you an Uber? Like,
Damn.
what if I turned you down?
Damn, that would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
But no, so he stayed that night.
Damn, shout out to Joe, man. You ain't slick,
Yeah.
my nigga. I know what you was trying to do.
Please.
Voice said I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't want to make you drive.
So then after that, because okay, so what would you say your first date was? Would you count that as like a date?
We went to, I think after his show, when he stayed with me, he stayed like 2 nights with me after the show. I think we went to Sushi Masa after like going to Corrupted. And I think that was our first date.
Would you categorize that as a date?
Yeah.
Like the full thing? Was that the day you taught him how to bench? Or
Probably one of those days, yeah.
like,
Just the full like gym and then Sushi Masa. Like, yeah, that was a date.
okay.
That was cute.
Did you
And
like
then I sat him in my car. And
Yo,
and I locked the doors and
for real?
I said, what are we doing?
oh, for real? You said that?
I swear to
You did
God.
that? You locked
Ask
the
him.
door?
Yeah, I fully locked the door.
Yo, you're. Oh my God. Wow.
Like we pulled.
You captured him.
We
Jesus.
pulled back up into my parking garage, and then I parked the car, turned it off, locked the door, and said, "What are we doing?
No, that's real shit.
What is this? Because you're leaving tomorrow." Like he was leaving, going back to Virginia, and I was like, "What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's up? What is this?" And then he hit me with like a.
Let's hear what Joel said,
He
man.
hit me with all this shit. Like I'm just really enjoying like my single like time by myself.
There you go, Joel. There you go, Joel.
Like, I'm just enjoying, you know, my time by myself. I'm just like spending time alone, growing, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, growing. That's always the one. I'm growing and figuring it out.
And I was like, me too, but I'm willing to add on to my life here. Like, shit, you don't think I'm happy being single too?
Yeah.
And then he went back, and then we kind of left it at like, we'll give it time.
Give it time to figure it out.
Give it time. He went back, and then like 2 weeks later, we confessed our love for each other, basically.
Damn. Do you think women need to do that more?
Women need to do that more?
Like communicate.
Yes.
Because I feel like, I mean, shit, you got girlfriends. I think women find themselves in situationships way too often because they're too scared to communicate.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
To me, I'm just like, yo, just ask them what the fuck you are.
Yeah, and like establish a boundary. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
So like
a fucking ultimatum. You watch The Ultimatum on Netflix? You should watch it. It's funny.
What is
like
it?
I'm not big on reality TV shows, but it was pretty funny.
Like a reality TV show?
It's like literally different couples, and it takes place in Austin. Actually, it was cool, but different couples, and then they come onto the show basically because one person in the relationship wants to get married and the other one is not ready yet. Okay. So it's like either the woman, like, I want to get married and he doesn't want to get married yet, or like even the man, like some men are the one like, I'm ready to get married and she's not.
Is it that show with that viral clip on Twitter where it was like an Asian dude?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't think there was an Asian guy. No.
Yeah, I feel like I've had a lot of friends that are girls that are like, oh, like, I just don't know what to do. X, Y, Z. I'm like, just ask that nigga. Like,
just ask. Just have a conversation. Yeah.
I just feel like, and based off the answer that he gives, you can tell when the man's like,
exactly. Yeah. Because that was part of the reason why I sat him down like that, was because like I had my fair share of, not fair share, but like I had, you know, maybe like 2 serious situationships in Gainesville, like in college. And neither one of them went in like a forward direction. So it was like, I've been dragged through the mud and, you know, gotten called, gotten rejected, you know, whatever. And I don't want to be dealing with that shit again. Like, I'm in a new city, like, you know, whatever. Like, I need either like confirmation that we're proceeding forward, or like, we need to establish this, because I'm not going to be wasting my fucking time, especially if you're not living here. Yeah. That was it too. Because then once it became a little more serious, like he started developing plans. Like he wanted to move out here, obviously, like before I was a thing. Like it was just like me that made him move out here. But that on top of everything else was like, okay, like this can get more serious. And like if it gets more serious, like it's good because he's moving here. Like, so. No,
that's good, because I feel like some women, like going back to what you said, women have all the power. Yeah. You could dictate how shit goes. Yeah. So it's like, one of the advices I give my women friends is like, man, if like, you can have your fun. Yeah. If you want to fuck, do your thing.
And that's the thing. Yeah. Like that's the thing. But like, if you want more, you need to establish that. Like,
you need to establish, you need to move like it too.
Exactly.
So if you want more with that man, let that man know, you're like, in order to get with this, like there's like things you got to do, or like, I'm just not trying to fuck around.
Exactly. No, and like, it's as easy as that. Yeah.
Exactly.
And stay true to it. Yeah.
Once you give a man some coochie, everything goes out the window. Your power, really, like, you literally just like, you have no, seriously. I'm being so serious. Yeah. To the 5 girls that are actually no, because people that follow, you're gonna
all the hot girls gonna be listening to this one. Shout out the hot girls.
Think about it like this, right? You don't want to think about it like this, but sometimes this is how it is for men. You are coming to the table, negotiating a contract, right? Yeah. You need all the leverage on your side. You need all the argument points on your side. Do not let that man hit. Do not give in. Because the second you give in and you let that man beat it,
oh my God,
or you give that man the coochie, right? You lose your bargain. You lose some bargaining chips. Yeah. Because then it's like, well, like that's like for men, that's like the prized. That's like the main thing. They want some coochie, right? When you give it to him, now, no, but seriously, I'm like holding it up here. Silver platter. No, it's like it's silver platter. No, seriously, like, because I want women to understand this. Like, when you give it to him, he has no reason to like treat you well,
like a girlfriend, or like more than that. Yeah,
well, like, do all that kind of stuff, because he already got what he wanted from you. Yeah. Like, now at this point, it's like he probably doesn't have to do much to keep it going. Now you have to make a decision for yourself. At that point, it's like, okay, like I was just cool with that. But if you want more, you got to like almost be like, that's not going to happen anymore until we establish like exactly what
exactly. Yeah. And then it gets to like a tricky point where, because I've been in the situation where I'm like, maybe if I do X, Y, and Z, he'll like me more. Or if I bring him pizza from the Italian restaurant that I work at, like he'll hang out with me tonight. Like it gets to shit like that. And it's like, no. Like you don't need to be acting like a girlfriend to make him want to make you his girlfriend. Yeah. Like, no. The attraction should be mutual. The attraction and the effort should be mutual.
Exactly. Like whenever you meet a dude that's trying to like really like wife you up, he don't need you to do X, Y, and Z in order for him to like actually do shit for you.
Exactly.
And if he's like trying to say some shit, I don't know. I feel like dudes that beyond that, they really don't like that girl anyway.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Because naturally, as a man, like when you like a girl, you want to go out of your way to do things for her, not like she's gonna do things.
She has to prove herself. Yeah. Fucking buy me food and shit.
Yeah, you almost make her your girlfriend. Yeah. She doesn't have to prove to you that she should be your girlfriend.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So we had
a lot of girls. We just, I mean, you know, I fucked him and like I clean up for him when I go grocery shopping for him. I do his laundry. he still doesn't make me his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
I'm
insane.
like, if you're doing all that shit for him, why the fuck does he gotta make you
What is
girlfriend at
he?
that
Yeah,
point?
what is the title gonna make the difference? Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
Now, I mean, like, he could always lean off the fact is like, oh, you know my girl, but then still go like sleep with other people. You know what I'm saying? And always,
Or like, even if it is like, yeah, like we're committed, but it's like, make me your girlfriend. Like, oh, not right now. Like, what do you?
Yes, that's
like, even if you're not fucking with other bitches, like, what? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah, because they are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls don't.
Or like, you're afraid of commitment. Go to fucking therapy. Like a lot. Can we talk about that? A lot of men need to go to therapy. Like, a lot of men need to be in therapy.
Some men, yeah, for sure, they're afraid of commitment, but I also think too, they're just trying to have the cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
for sure. Like they definitely got some signs
no, for sure,
that they don't want to give up right now.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, you just need to be with someone that wants to be with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it sucks because a lot of women like don't. I see a lot of women be in relationships. I'm like, yo, that guy doesn't like you, though.
Yeah, no.
You can like see it. But going off the first date.
Oh man, here it is.
You said you loved y'all's first date.
Sushi masa.
Sushi masa.
Slay.
Let me pull up the picture because on social media there was this published picture.
Well, let me say this. So Sushi Masa was our first like date, you know, kind of like still flirty, like in that phase. Then he came back to Houston for New Year's and officially asked me to be his girlfriend. We went to Abuzi on Westheimer.
Oh, really?
So that was like our first like boyfriend girlfriend date.
Okay.
Which was a beautiful first date. And I'm gonna tap into that with this. So
okay, because I was gonna say like I would count the Sushi Masa thing as y'all's first date. Nah, you know what? I count. When was the first time y'all physically met? And then like
that fucking Alpha Land with like groups of people. Like
no, that's not your first date.
No,
1-on-1. It was Sushi Masa.
1-on-1 Sushi Masa, and
that was our first date.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because recently on social media, a list that was allegedly compiled of women. I think this list is BS. I don't think it's real, but it's interesting nonetheless. Was compiled on social media of a place that women felt like men should not take them on the first date. I literally wanted to go 1 through 28 and like just go through like these things and like get your opinion on them and discuss why maybe a man should not take them on this date.
I already practiced this conversation last night with Joel. So
you did?
Hit me with it. Okay. Yeah. We literally had this discussion last night. I said, I know Russ is going to ask me about this tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm going to send you the...
Have you seen it?
Yeah, put it on the screen.
Oh yeah, put it on the screen.
You could go through this because this is... Yeah, I posted it on my story. I'm going to send it to you though, just to make sure you have it. This is fucking insane. All right. I don't like the first one because I think this is getting a lot of fucking slander.
Wait, I have it on my phone too.
That it does not need to get.
Slander.
So the first place that a man should not take a woman on a date is Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
For preference, I have the list too.
Okay. Cheesecake.
I'm not a big fan of Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
My thing with...
Oh, so do you agree? Like,
okay, this is what I told Joel was that I wouldn't be... Okay, this was the context, right? Where like, if I'm single and, you know, I meet a guy, whatever, and this is given that, like, we've already had, like, a first in-person interaction of some sort, right? Like, I met him in person. We've already, you know, he's not, you know, catfishing me, whatever, so we're meeting up for this first date. Say, you know, calls me an Uber and I, you know, whatever, like I pull up and meet him at this location and I pull up and it's Cheesecake Factory. I'm not going to, you know, tell the Uber to turn around, but I'm going to keep a little mental note.
Really?
I'm going to be like, I'm just not the biggest fan of Cheesecake Factory. And I think that in a city like Houston, Texas, there are nicer places, more impressive. And I'm not talking more impressive, like 5-star steakhouse. Like you don't need to take me to Juliet on a first date, but like there are nicer, like Houston local places that like I would much rather prefer to go to because I'm such a foodie. I'm like, I could go to the Cheesecake Factory in fucking Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah. So
why would I want to go to Cheesecake Factory in Houston, Texas?
Are we talking about this in the context of, because I'm thinking about you and Joel's first date was a Sushi Monster thing and the gym thing.
Yeah.
Because you're getting to like know each other one-on-one basis.
And those were already things that we had in common that we both liked too.
Yeah.
We had both been to Sushi Masa on separate occasions. So we were like, okay, it's right around the corner. Let's go together.
Yeah.
And that's a cute first date. Like that was fine. Yeah.
Okay. I don't, man.
My thing with the food places on this list is that these are very like not basic food places, but like I want to be, and it's not about the money. It's just like I want to be like a little more like impressed.
No,
it's not about the money.
To be honest,
no, but it's not.
It's not about the money, but
you can run up a bill at Cheesecake Factory.
No, because I was gonna say because like it's not about the money, but like hearing you talk, I think what it really is that women want to feel as though like they're special. Well, I mean,
yeah, like put a little thought into it.
Yeah,
like look up like Houston, cute Houston date night restaurants.
So what it is that like you don't think special when you hear Cheesecake Factory.
Not really, no.
Like it's very basic.
Cheesecake Factory gives like 16th birthday vibes, like girls' 16th birthday, like giant party of 20 girls.
Have you seen the video of the girl refusing to get out of her car?
I think I saw that. Yeah, that's a bit dramatic. Like I would never be like that, but I would just be like, what I told Joel was that like I would go in, I would do the first date, and then like after that, you know, given that the date goes well, right, like vibe wise, I would maybe start dropping hints, like sending like, oh my god, this restaurant looks so cute, like send him like, you know, food recommendations, like this place, that place, and then see where he takes that. And if he takes me to Applebee's for the second date, then maybe it's like, okay, this guy can't fucking take a hint.
See, okay, maybe I'm just biased because I love Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, so think of it as like fucking Olive Garden. Like Olive Garden is the same category.
Nah, Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, it is.
No, I don't think so. I disagree with that. Cheesecake Factory is expensive, dog. It's expensive as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Not.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah, if you look at the items on there and look at the price points, they're pretty expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, I know like people are like shitting on cheesecake because if you go to Chili's or Applebee's, that shit is cheap. I ain't gonna lie.
That's true.
If you honestly,
Chili's is more budget friendly.
Context wise, if you take like your girl to like, no, because this is first date shit. I don't know. I just feel like Cheesecake Factory, you could easily for two people, it would be over $100.
You could run up a village. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You could run up a village.
I think for me, it's just like, again, like just kind of like the basicness behind it. And unless I explicitly state like I'm Cheesecake Factory's biggest fan, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. Like Cheesecake Factory is not the top of mind when I want to be taken out to a restaurant. Like, it's not at top of mind.
Shout out to Cheesecake Factory, man.
They do have good cheesecake. I like a basic, you know, like New York style with like the strawberries. That's my favorite. Like that's really good. Maybe we could go for dessert. That'd be cute.
Okay, no, pulling up to Cheesecake Factory just for dessert, that's actually disrespectful. That's pretty wild. But I will say I will be eating Cheesecake Factory this weekend.
Okay, bye.
To help them out.
Okay.
Getting unnecessary slander.
Slay.
I personally think cheesecake, I mean, I wouldn't take a girl there, but...
See? Why not? Why not?
I'm just at a different point in my life.
Okay, there you go.
Where, like,
he got money.
I'm just at a different point in my life. If I were going to take a girl out first date, it depends on what was trying to be accomplished.
That too, right? There's different levels to it.
Yeah,
is what I was saying to Joel.
Date.
Yeah,
there's a type of first date. It's like, nah, I know this girl. Is the one I want for real, and I'm trying to impress her.
Exactly.
Shit. I'm not taking her to cheesecake.
Exactly.
I'm taking her to like these nice ass restaurants. And like all that kind of stuff. But that's the ones I'm trying to like.
Exactly.
That's the one I'm like, yo, nah, I like this girl. Other girls, I mean, shit.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know how link culture is. It's like, yo, we grab some food and then pull it to my car.
That's what it is, exactly. And that's part of what I was telling Joel was that, like, there are instances where, like, fucking, you know, ice cream dates are fine because he tried saying something like, I would think an ice cream date's cute. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it can be, but, like, ice cream is, like, you know, kind of like late night, and then it's like quick. So it's like ice cream and then what?
Yeah.
And if there's that aspect of like, and then what? Like, you're going back to the crib, you know, whatever, which is fine. But it's like, what are we trying to establish? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Because when you think about all the people that are in relationships, think about like that's why I want to ask people, like, what was your first date with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
And they'll say like the most basic thing, but it's mostly because you knew like, nah, this is more than just that.
Yeah. And I think, again, it just depends on like the context of like building this relationship. Like the biggest thing that like I told him was that like if I match with someone on Hinge and then we text and our first interaction like hasn't like in-person interaction like hasn't happened yet, then I would agree to something like the coffee date, because a coffee date as a woman is safe. It's during the day. If he's catfishing me, I can run away. If he's weird, I can run away. Like it's during the day. Like there's not a lot of risk in a coffee date as like someone that I haven't met in person before.
Yeah.
So like that's okay for like an initial interaction. And then like once that initial interaction goes well, then we can establish like, okay, let's do something some other time and maybe do like a nicer date, whatever. Like in that instance, like I'm okay with the coffee date. Like there's some delusional bitches on the internet that are the ones that say like, oh, I can't be taken to a bar just for drinks. Like I can't go to a coffee date. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of you girls are delusional.
Yeah.
And that's okay to admit.
What are they saying now? Delulu?
Delulu. I haven't gone behind that one yet, but
yeah, it's Delulu.
Some girls are a bit delusional.
Yeah. So let's run through 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of all the same realm. So it's Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle. Honestly, taking a girl to Chili's or Applebee's is, I don't frequent those restaurants as much anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, I never really frequent Applebee's.
Neither.
Chili's was like part of our high school. Like
I was telling Joel, I was like, me and my little high school boyfriend did like the 2 for $20 at Chili's plenty of times.
So that was some fly shit.
That's a budget friendly.
That's like high school.
No, literally,
type shit.
Or what I told him also was that like Chili's and Applebee's could be fun like in the like where we are now. Like Applebee's just brought back like the dollar margarita.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, I would love to go to Applebee's and go get fucked up.
As an adult, fading Chili's might be fun just because you're like.
That's what I'm saying. Like little faded Chili's session.
Maybe
like
work out
that would
first
be
and then
fun.
just go like go to Chili's some shit. That's different. But that like first date.
First date is different. Yeah, of course.
I'm also too old to be going to Chili's like on a date.
Yeah.
28, bro.
I'm 28. Again, it's like a casual, like, you know what? Let's go get, some fajitas at Chili's.
Chipotle is a little bit different since we do like fitness and shit. I feel like Chipotle is like an easy first like link.
Again, that's like a first link.
Yeah, first
that's not like a date.
I ate Chipotle my first link.
Okay, slay.
Yeah, we ate Chipotle at my crib.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so romantic.
It was great.
It's so romantic.
Yeah, so
I love it.
Right? I was younger.
I was younger.
And now that I'm older, the way that my first date would be, it would be completely different.
Yeah.
Like I would like be an adult.
Like, that's the thing too. Yeah.
Dress up, like
it comes with age. Like no, for
age
sure.
Experience and all that kind of stuff.
And again, like what your like plan for the relationship is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you really want to impress this woman, then you gotta pull out all the fucking stops.
I'm calling before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that like everything is like laid out properly.
Yeah.
We go to dinner, have a dessert place lined up.
There you go. Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
Have the cheesecake defrosted, ready to go.
Okay, so then number 6, the movies. Worst. The movies like the worst.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, movies like the worst date.
Yeah.
I think you could take someone on. Just can't talk.
You can do movies, like people say like dinner and a movie, like movie and then dinner. That way you can discuss the movie at dinner.
Yeah.
That you could do.
That I've never done that before. Oh, actually, no, I have. No, movie then dinner.
Movie then dinner. You watch watch like an earlier movie. I've never done it either, but the idea of it is good. Like,
because you know what I do? I do dinner then movie.
Well, right, but then if you're saying like if it's a first date, you
can't talk.
Right, you do the movie, and then you have something. Hopefully, it's a movie you guys are both kind of interested in, right? And in that way, you guys can freak out and talk about the movie at dinner, and that's cute.
Because after you watch the movie, it's kind of awkward because you want to talk about it, but like you're like going to your car and
exactly, yeah.
What do you do?
So I think that would be a good idea: movie and then dinner.
Your house.
That's crazy. Again, what type of date?
Yeah, what are we?
What type of date is this?
Because let's not act like let's not act like a lot of
Yeah.
Be pulling up to the crib.
Yeah.
And like be sitting on the couch kind of like that. Yo, you could like be comfortable, like.
Please.
Yo, do you want like any water? Yeah, there's like this funny TikTok that I was watching, like how athletes like treat like women when they come over and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that shit is so funny. They'd be like, they open the door. So
come in.
They turn around and start walking. They don't go, and then they just start playing fucking 2K or Madden while you're sitting on the couch.
Please.
What is she supposed to do, bro? Like,
yeah, literally.
And then number 8 is any fast food chain. I agree. I mean, yeah. I mean, shit. Why would you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings. I mean, I guess. See,
Yeah.
it's the same shit.
It's all like the same category of foods.
Buffet, IHOP, Denny's. Okay, now number 15 is the gym. That's interesting. Have you ever been on a gym date?
Not as like a first date, like
because I think dates. Okay, so this is a little bit tough too.
this is the thing. We have to like establish like what the date is, what the context of the relationship is. Like, I got too many questions.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? Let's say in the context of y'all are trying to be for real.
mm-hmm.
Like, this man is like seriously trying to court you, I guess.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
And he hits me up and asks me, "You want to meet me at the gym?" I'd be like, "To what? To hang out? Or what the fuck are we gonna do at the gym?" Like,
yeah.
What? No, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'm not too big on the gym thing. Maybe
especially like what if we're in like our day and age where we're powerlifting? What the fuck are you gonna bench while I deadlift? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's like going to the gym together.
Right, showing up and then again going our separate ways. Like, what are we doing here?
I don't think it's like the best because like for me, I don't go to the gym for conversation.
That too, exactly, yeah.
So I'm thinking about like when would I be able to actually sit down and like vibe with this person? I just wouldn't get a good read.
This is like it's like the type of people that like, oh, let's go hit upper body. Like I'll teach you how to hit chest. I'll teach you. You know what I mean? Like,
should be so bad. So
no,
I'm gonna have you working on glutes. Like,
no,
hey, I know damn well I don't.
No.
I also feel like you're not going to get a good read on me because my personality in the gym is different from my personality outside of the gym.
Yeah.
So number 16 is church.
That's kind of crazy. Unless we establish our religious beliefs, like again, it depends. Like how deep, how much have we talked?
I feel like Paul would take have a first date at church.
But see, and like if he takes a girl that would like to go to church with him, like that's probably a beautiful first date.
Yeah.
But like if it's just random, like, oh, meet me at this address, and I pull up to the address and it's a church, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Church is kind of weird though, because like how do you turn that into like, you know, like being horny?
Oh my god.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like it would be just like
being horny.
Yo, you look so good in church today. Like kind of throws it off.
Yeah.
How can I say that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how could I get into my bag for real? If God is watching? Like that feels so weird. That's so odd, right?
Like, man, you look so good while you.
Yeah. Oh man, like I was just thinking about us going home when I saw you at church. It's like, bro, come on now.
All right.
Number 17 is Starbucks.
That's in the same category as coffee date. Like again, it's like if it's an initial interaction, like sure.
Mm-hmm. So the coffee date thing, because that's number 18. It's the same thing in my opinion. But
yeah,
I think coffee date is actually like one of the better dates to go.
Yeah,
with. I don't see why it would be bad.
Again, I think it's all context. Again, it's like if you're trying to impress me, like it's not really like the way to go. But again, if it's like a Hinge or Tinder thing, and it's like, okay, let's meet up here so we can get our initial interaction out of the way, that I would be okay with.
So I'm thinking about coffee allows you to sit down and talk.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I feel like you could stimulate a woman by talking. Like,
yeah.
As long as with a man as well too. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah,
I've never really done like a whole like.
I think a lot of these, the big thing is that a lot of these could be not like resolved, but like you can figure out if it's going to be an issue or not by simple communication. Like if you sit there and ask like, oh, do you like coffee? And it's like, oh my God, yes, there's this cute little spot. Like, let's go here. Yeah. Right. But if it's like, oh, like, let's meet up. Here's this address. And it's like, what if I don't drink coffee?
Yeah.
What if I don't drink tea?
You have
like,
to be tentative.
You have to be exactly like just basic communication. Like just do a little bit of pre-planning and like trying to figure me out. And then we can establish this, you know? That's the problem. Again, why this is kind of a delusional list. It's like, are you not communicating with the men that you're going on these dates with? Like, are you just blindly following an address? I don't understand.
But men are also like interesting.
Men are also fucking idiots. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the stuff that I be hearing that women tell me about, like dudes they dealing with, I'm like, that dude is a dummy.
Yeah, dummy.
Okay, so ice cream dates. It's kind of like in the same wheelhouse.
Same category. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's nothing too wrong with it. But
no.
Family functions is number 20.
That's insane.
Who does that?
It's insane.
That's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
Yo, This is like my buzz day. I'm like, what the fuck?
My bust.
No, but seriously, because that's not your girlfriend. What do you
Right, like
say?
this is my friend, the woman I'm texting.
Would you introduce your family to someone that you're not dating?
Probably not. No. Yeah,
that's kind of weird.
Mm-mm.
I don't know, man. I don't want my mom to see something that like I'm only like.
Yeah, my mom's a Scorpio. She's just like me. She'd be remembering everything. She'd be knowing everything. She asks me about people, and I'm like, I haven't talked to that person in years. Like, I'm like, that bitch hasn't been in the question in years, mom.
Family functions well.
Yeah.
Movie night is number 21. So Netflix and chill, basically.
Yeah, Netflix and chill is insane. Again, it depends.
Is it?
It depends.
Yeah, okay. So
what type of link up is this? Like, again, it's okay to accept movie night if that's all you want to do.
Movie night never really actually ends up being.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And if you're willing to give up the silver platter on the first date like that, then that's okay. Like, it's all contextual. Like, that's what I'm saying about this list. Like,
think about all the movies that like. Think about all the streaming numbers.
Please.
And it's like no one was actually watching.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Someone's probably getting. Never mind.
Oh my god! Please.
It's
please.
Rated. Somewhere that requires a long drive.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. Yeah.
That's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. It
depends. I feel like if I could talk, I'm good. I could go anywhere with the girl, and if I could just speak and she can hear me speak, I'm good. So I feel like I'm pretty good at conversation.
But what if she doesn't talk back?
I'll just talk to myself. I'm pretty good at making people feel comfortable.
To myself.
I think I'm pretty good at. So if I can't get her comfortable, then that means like we just.
But again, what do you do? Like fucking turn around? Like drop her back off? Like what do you do?
Nah,
like,
I just eat it. I just be like, I mean, shit. Whoa, that sounded crazy.
Eat it.
Pause. I guess.
Eat it.
I accept it.
Yeah.
No, so what I'm trying to say is that like when I'm
I guess I just eat it.
Oh my god. So what I'm trying to say is that like typically if I could speak, no matter where we go, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But bowling, okay, I think bowling's all right.
Bowling could be okay.
Bowling could be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a bowler though. That's not
exactly. Yeah. It's like, and bowling can only be like so fun. Bowling kind of sucks.
Kind of does.
I'm not a big fan of bowling.
I'm
like
not a big fan of bowling.
The boys been wanting to go bowling recently. And I'm like, why do y'all like? Can we get the railings up? Like,
yeah.
Like I'm not a good bowler. Like this isn't gonna be very fun for me. Like
to me, it always just turns into talking.
Yeah,
I think it's like just an activity to kind of like maybe like to do as you talking.
Yeah, exactly. That would be it ideally. Yeah.
I'm not like a big.
But I think again, you have to have a communication. Like if you enjoy bowling, go bowl. But if you just want to try to figure something out, like it always happens too where like the first game goes by too quickly and it's like, oh, let's do another one. Yeah. But then the second one goes by way too fucking slowly and it's like, all right, I want to go home.
Can you bowl with those nails?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, it's easy.
Really? I feel like my shit would just pop right.
I can do anything with these nails. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have nightclubs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Maybe if you were going like in a friend setting.
Yeah. Again, yeah, like meet me here. I'm going here with my friends. Yeah. But that's not a date. A date implies like one-on-one.
One-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hookah bar. Actually, not that bad.
I was gonna say, yeah, stuff like the bar and like a hookah bar. If it's like a chill, like a little speakeasy or something, that would be cute because I love like a good cocktail. Like I would love like a cute little cocktail bar, even like I'm not a big hookah person, but
just something to do.
I could be like,
yeah. It's like if my thing is like if you could structure it to where you do something while talking.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dinner's usually good because there's like obviously you're sitting there at dinner talking.
Yeah. I would almost prefer just drinks over dinner though, because I'm like I'm gonna bust down on my food.
Yeah, you and Joel, honestly, holy shit. You and Joel are perfect for each other.
Please.
God damn.
The way we eat.
Yeah, the way y'all eat is crazy.
Yeah, the group dinners is crazy.
There is one time.
The group dinners where we have to share the food and I'm just like eyeballing it. Like, when's that coming back over here?
Okay, so I'm going to tell a story, right?
Oh, man.
So, like, with Better, like, we would have, like, group dinners after launches to kind of celebrate and unleash a little bit. And I had been talking to Adri and Joel, like you guys have just very good energy. You guys are always
Thank
like
you.
upbeat and all that kind of stuff.
Aw.
And I was like, I want them like at dinner, like they're so fun. So I'm like, hey guys, like come to dinner with us, like
Yeah.
you know. And I wanted you guys to sit near me because like we always have good conversations.
That too. We love sitting by you. We're
Yeah.
always like, we need to be on Russ's side of the table. Like even for Swole's dinner the other night, I was like, we're not near Russ.
No,
was
our
like,
side of
damn
the
it.
table was kind of fun.
I was like, we're not near Russ. We're on the wrong side of the table.
Yeah, we were near Libby, Jamal, Beefsky and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Funny night.
Oh my God.
Good. Yeah, but typically
The
like,
dinners, yeah.
So first time I invited them and I was like, yo, like y'all sit by, like I'm trying to make sure they sit by us
Oh
or sit by
God.
me.
Yeah.
Bro, we sat down. Mind you, I'm like, we're ordering a lot of shit. That spread that night was crazy.
Yeah.
We're ordering a lot of shit, and I'm noticing things. I'm
Wait,
there.
is this Juliet that you're thinking
I
about?
think it's Juliet.
The first time.
y'all
That was
came
the first dinner. Yeah, Juliet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, the food comes and like,
It disappeared.
yeah, it just disappears, and like, I was like, damn. All right, I'm like, okay, that was fast. Like, I didn't really see it happen. I was like, all right. I think like something else came, and Joel was high.
Was he?
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe he was. Yeah.
I saw. I was like, I'm
Okay.
pretty high. I think Joel was high too.
I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
And man, I saw when y'all's food came in. Oh no, we had appetizers.
We did. Yeah. We had like oysters and
you
a bunch of shit like that.
y'all
Yeah.
took the fucking oysters. Like,
I love oysters. Yeah.
And then I was paying attention. I was like, oh, she eat for real. Like, she like you know how one of them girls would be like,
Like a little salad. Like
nah,
no.
like she
Put it right
she literally
here.
goes, she's like, are you gonna eat that? And I was like, well, I mean, if I get a chance, like I'm gonna eat it. She's like, you know, all that comes like
Stop.
eating da da da. I was like, damn. So like it was just a funny experience. I was like, because they both do it, like
Yeah.
you and Joel. Like Joel gets busy and you get busy too. And I was like, I was looking at both of y'all. I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers were made for each other. Because goddamn. And there was another time at Mad.
The Mad one. Yeah.
Mad was crazy because you're eating my food.
Mad was difficult because it was such small portions.
Yeah.
But see, my thing, like, I try to be nice, especially since it's like your dinner, like your thing. I'm like, I'm offering, right? Like I offer, and then I'm like, okay.
So like there was
I
a
always
point,
offer. Okay,
there's a
I'm not
point
an
I was-
asshole.
I was eating and I was like, it was like one of those times where it was like, you got to compete for your
No, at
your
this
food.
place we had to fucking compete.
Yeah, and Adri was winning the competition. Like she was like, fuck that. Like too slow, man. I think you said that too. You're like too slow.
I did not. There's no way I said that. There's no fucking way I said that.
I put that on you.
There's no way I said that.
I added some sauce to that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm lying. You didn't say that.
I'm lying.
Fuck, where were we?
No,
No, because I said
bar for drinks.
Yeah, bar for drinks.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh
Oh, okay.
no! Waffle House being on the list is like so specific. It's so crazy.
But I feel like, yeah, just drinks is fine.
Yeah.
What's funny too, it's like whenever you get with a girl and like you see their eating habits,
Mhm.
it's very interesting. Because I have a take on this.
What is it? Oh god.
Girls or women typically have less manners than men. They eat.
Really?
Yeah.
How? I need an example.
I've been gathering information.
I need an example.
I've been watching women. So
I've been watching women eat.
yes, I've been watching women eat. Seriously,
Oh my god.
this is something I haven't said out loud because I'm scared.
like
honestly.
a hypothesis you've been working
It's a
on, like,
hypothesis.
like a
I've been
theory, hypothesis.
I feel
you've
like
been
on
working
average, women are like they're messier eaters than men. You disagree?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen some women eat like gremlins before. And I'm
Eat
just
like
I'm very-
gremlins is crazy.
I've been paying attention, but
Where
yeah,
are you going? Where you're just watching women eat? Like,
I mean, like with the better dinners and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
okay,
And, like,
okay,
last Sunday for Swole's dinner,
mhm.
I was like just kind of observing a little bit here and there. You know,
You've been taking notes.
I've been taking.
He like
notes
pull his
a little
phone out. Like, Libby is a messy eater.
bit. Yo, Libby. that was my
Bro,
first time
Libby was
meeting her.
so funny, bro.
Yeah, she's an interesting person.
I'm obsessed with her. She's so fucking funny.
What's a girl's girl?
What's a girl's girl?
Yeah. I hear a lot of women say that, and I want your take on like exactly what is a girl.
A girl's girl is a girl that openly like uplifts and like uplifts other women and is like very supportive of other women and doesn't like degrade or like belittle other women. Like when I say that you bitches are delusional, like that's not me degrading you guys. That's me being completely honest because this list is kind of insane. Yeah. But picking like being the type of person that will like always pick like a girlfriend over like a guy.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of relationships where like, you know how homie hopping is a thing? Homie hopping is a thing, but it's always the girls taking the blame for homie hopping in like a group of guys, right? Group of guys, one girl. And then it's always the girl taking the blame, like she's the bad guy. But why are the guys not the bad guys for not denying the girl that their friend hooked up with?
It's bad. It's bad.
Men don't give a fuck about each other. Like that's the definition of like a boy, like a guy's guy. Like a guy's guy wouldn't let that happen.
Girls before the hoes.
Exactly.
I don't like calling women.
But men are fake. Men are fake.
So so I have this question.
So but to finish answering your question, like a girl's girl is like a group of girls, one guy. Girls would not let that happen.
Yeah.
Like girls and girls would shut it down.
Yeah.
But guys aren't shutting down homie hopping.
Girls don't shut down homie hopping either, though.
I've been in more experiences where girls have shut down homie hopping than guys have shut down the homie hopping.
Probably true. But then also you don't know the conversation that the men are having. They're like, she just passed around, bro. You good.
Okay, but like, even if that's the context of the conversation, like, men are trash.
Because there's two ways to go about it for sure. Like, there's the ones where it's like, yeah.
What if it's like the sneaky behind your back shit?
Yeah, some guys they will fuck your ex. Like,
exactly. And it's not, oh, she's a pass around.
It's like I'm trying to like.
I know he had a thing with her. I'm still gonna pursue her.
Yeah,
and doesn't ever say anything to him.
Yep.
That's homie hopping. That's sneaky homie hopping.
Yeah.
And guy number two doesn't give a fuck about guy number one.
See,
in that case,
I don't do that shit.
I know you don't.
Like
some people do.
I'm just thinking about it. Like if my boy, like first of all, if my boy was with her, I don't even want to.
Exactly.
I don't like no.
Yeah.
And then if like she came at me, I'd be like, yo, so and so.
Yeah. So, like I'm not with that.
Yeah. Like,
it's that easy.
Yeah.
There are so many women. And so many men. Like
yeah. But then at the same time too, there's also men that they're happy to like get like sometimes dudes just be waiting.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Waiting. They're like, oh, like shit, they're done. Shit. I know that's my nigga, but I'm in now. Like
I've had a guy tell me like, oh, no one's married. Like no one's married, it's no big deal. Yeah. Like that's your friend, not mine. Yeah. Like, that's your friend. That's so okay. It makes me so like okay.
That makes me so sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like because that's gonna get into like this other question I had. Bella, shout out to Bella.
Hey Bella.
Big Bits.
I told her I was coming here. She wanted to pull up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
She doesn't like me calling her Big Bitsy.
Big Bitsy
or Big Bella.
Big Bells.
She doesn't like that.
Big Bells. Yeah, she didn't like that.
She doesn't like that. Maybe it's because it's like the big part of it.
Yeah, big.
But it's just like, yo, Big Bella.
She's a big squatter. You saw she pulled 375 the other day.
I did
deadlift.
That's actually
she's like 130 pounds.
Bella, shout out to you, man.
I haven't pulled that. I'm like 170. Yeah. I literally weigh 40 pounds more than her, and I have not touched that.
That's pretty impressive, man.
She's been on her shit. She competes this weekend.
I know, like Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday, I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, I told her I was like, yeah, you have a little oof in you.
She got a little little Bitsy Bell's spark in there.
There's a little aggression in there. She just don't know it yet.
But what about her? Oh, God.
Okay, so she posted that. She asked people on her IG story.
Oh yeah, the men and women thing. Yeah,
or women. Who do you think lies more?
I think again with everything else, it's situational.
Let's say who lies and cheats more, men or women?
Lies and cheats, men. Okay. Because some men have like that really shitty mindset of like, just like really ugly, like this is my property, like this woman is mine, I can do whatever I want, she still has to come to me at the end of the day. Like that's even though it might be like rare, men still have that mindset, and you don't see like women having that mindset. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of men are able to like justify cheating a lot more because of shitty mindsets like that. Or, you know, to not even have to get that deep, like just a better looking ass walks by and it's just, all right, let me go after that, even though I have this at home. Like, yeah. Women will cheat. Men cheat, I feel like, more frequently, like just on like a physical like level, and then women will cheat on like an emotional like a deeper like emotional level. Yeah. Because they're not getting like that's not being fulfilled in their current relationship.
Yeah.
Men can be getting the physical fulfilled and then still want to go get more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Huh.
Yeah. I feel like women would do it like because they're not getting it fulfilled, and for one reason or another they can't get out of it, so they just want to go cheat, which is crazy. But
I go back and forth sometimes.
But just the aspect of lying, like I have no idea.
I feel like women lie more than men.
To who though? To other women or to men?
To themselves, to men, to other women.
Because I don't be lying to women. I'm like,
nah, there's definitely women that lie to each other for sure. I think
maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
I feel like men be. I feel like because that's what I asked Bella, because I think she came over and hung out with me that night. Mm-hmm. I'm like, is this situation? Again, I'm so like, I have to ask all these questions. Like, what's the situation? What's the context? It's not black and white. Like, women lying to other women more, or like lying to men? Like, who are we lying to? And then men to men or men to women? Like, because again, I feel like men to men, like men to men might be lying to each other more often than women to women. Like,
I don't know, because sometimes like when I talk to my girlfriends, they're like, I don't like that bitch.
Yeah.
And then when they see that girl, I'm like, I hate girl like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like so typical. It's just like, and they'll talk shit about each other.
Yeah.
Like, whereas like dudes, I mean, I don't know. You don't really be, it's like, yeah, it's hard, man. Like dudes don't really be fucking with dudes they don't fuck with. Like
exactly. You know what? And now that you're saying it like that, because Joel has told me about like, you know, some guys who's in fucked with, whatever. Yeah. But I think men would make that more obvious. That like, yeah, I don't fuck with him and I'm going to show it. Like, I don't really fuck with him, or not like show it, but like, you know, just not be fake, not be fake, right? Yeah. Like not be fake with it. But I feel like men are more willing to lie to their friends than other women are. Like, I would never lie to Bella. Bella would never lie to me. But like, sure, maybe I can be fake to a random girl one day that like maybe I have an issue with. I feel like men within their relationships lie more than women within their relationships. Okay. That's the situation we're in. You're saying that men in men relationships, women in women relationships. Men are going to lie to their friends more than women lie to their friends.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. See? That. Situation. Ask questions.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. Yep. You know why? Because men lie about a lot of shit.
Everything.
They'll lie about how much money they're making to their friends. They'll lie about like the girl. They'll lie on their dick.
Well, like, bitches are fucking,
yeah. Like, oh, I hit type shit. It's like, no, you did not.
No, you did not. Like,
yeah.
No, you did not.
Or they'll like lie. It's like, no, I didn't hit when you did hit.
Yep.
Like,
yep. Exactly. Yep.
They'll lie about a lot of shit. And I feel like women are a lot more vulnerable and honest.
And that's the next layer of that, is that men don't form intimate relationships with other men. Men's relationships are like very superficial, to where it's like, oh yeah, we power lift. We watch football together. We go to the bar and watch football. We watch basketball, whatever. Mm-hmm. Women, like Bella knows my entire fucking life story. I know Bella's entire life story. Like, women form deeper, more intimate relationships with women, and that's why it's harder to lie to each other. But since men are so superficial, relationships tend to be more superficial. It's easier to lie to men as a man. Like,
I agree.
You
held down for the girlies.
I have a degree in psychology. I know how this works.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do understand, because men do that. I do have friends where it's like, I used to have like,
it's superficial. Yeah,
they're lying about their whole life just to make them. They'll try to lie about their life to boost their social status.
Yep.
Whereas like women, I mean, I'm not saying like no women do that, but it's not a common thing that women do like amongst their friends.
Exactly.
That's why like whenever they split up, they have such beef because like they know such
intimate things about each other. It's like, yep. Exactly. Like, yep. Type shit, so. Yeah, like women to women versus men to men, like friendship to friendship, like it's gonna happen more with the men than it is with the women. Yeah.
And then in regards to cheating, do you think that men cheat more than women do?
I think so.
Think so?
Again, I'm basing that answer just off of like the psychology of it. Like, I just feel like
men are more prone to like
just like the physicality of like another woman.
Men will literally like be like, I feel like a girl, chances are a woman would be stuck on a dude. Like they'll see like one fine dude and that's the dude that they're fixated on for like a decent amount of time.
Yep.
Whereas like men, like literally like a girl could be walking down the street like, damn, like, fuck.
Yeah.
And literally like another girl walks in and you're like, damn.
Another one. Fuck. Yeah, exactly.
And another one. And like you keep seeing yourself like with the individual and you want all of them. Yeah. Just like you don't want to focus on just one of them.
Exactly.
Whereas like I feel like women, it's more so just like, no, I like that one dude. I'm obsessed with that one guy.
And women are more willing to like, I don't know, I guess like become not like rooted, but like to develop with one person. Like it's more like emotionally exhausting for women to be bouncing around like that than it is for men. I mean, of course there are women that, you know, go out and do whatever they want. Like all, you know, good for them, you know, whatever. But like, I think like psychologically, like women will just like attach themselves to a person a lot quicker and a lot easier than men do. Men are so much more like on a physical level, like, yeah, that's a fat ass. I want to go get that ass. Even though I got this ass over here, I want to go get that one too. Like,
I think that I think a component that gets lost in this too is that women I think women cheat a lot, just better liars.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think because I mean, like when you think about it, there's a lot of, I mean, not right now, but there's a lot of like girls that have boyfriends that'll like be DMing me crazy shit. Like,
you know what? Now that you say that, maybe women will apply that, like, or not apply, but like men will cheat and will go fuck another girl, right? Like straight up fuck another girl, right?
Yeah.
But women will maybe do something like that, and it's like, oh, it's not cheating. Like maybe like justify it to themselves, like obviously to themselves, right? Like
maybe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like men are going to go after like that physicality of like another woman and like go fuck another woman. A woman could maybe seek out, like a woman doesn't have to fuck another man. She could be just having a more, again, like emotional and like intelligent conversation. But if that's happening with another man while you have a partner at home, like that's considered cheating. Like, why are you looking for that elsewhere than your partner? So I'm saying like, different levels of cheating happen with women. That's what I can see happening. Oh. Whereas like the cheating with men, it's straight up you're fucking another girl.
Do you have girlfriends that be cheating?
Not that I know of, actually. No.
Really? Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
I really think about it. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where a girl has told me like I'm doing this with this, or you know, yeah. I don't think I've ever been in that situation. No.
Really? Are you protecting them because you're a girl?
No, I swear to God. No, I swear to God. Like, because I think so many of the girls that I've been friends with, like, all the stories that I've heard, just being in a D1 university, like college town, like we were the ones getting cheated on.
Yeah.
So we were the ones getting cheated on and fucked over. Like, so
I don't know, because I always hear, I don't know, man. I think because as dudes, like I've seen dudes be like, okay, she has a man, but like, she be like, I be hidden.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shit. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever been in that situation, no. Protecting a girl. Bless you.
Yeah, bless you. That was crazy. I don't know if it was a cough sneeze or what. So like
muffled.
Muffled. I don't know. I think it's always an interesting conversation for me because I personally think like, I think people cheat and people are selfish. And I think that one side is good at hiding it better than the other.
And again, I think that there's that level, or like there's like different levels of it.
Levels to it,
like women aren't just fucking other guys. Maybe some of them are, but I think majority of women that cheat are looking for just like deeper levels that they're just not getting with their current partner.
I can say that as well too. There is like this other.
It's all like psychology.
So I have another question that came up recently. Maybe you could speak to this with your psychology degree. Okay. What is it with women?
What a way to start it. What is it with women?
No, seriously. What's the psychology with women that let me set the stage.
I'm like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
like,
no,
what?
okay.
Like,
okay,
what
you know how
like?
you know how on social media, whenever you post Joel, you can guarantee that's gonna be like your least liked thing.
It depends.
Ow, what do you mean?
Like sometimes couples content blows up because people like seeing couples content.
True.
But maybe it's like women blowing it up. Not like, and then I'll get a couple unfollows and I find out it's like men unfollowing.
Yeah.
Like,
chances are like really like
couples content does well.
Yeah, no, it does do well. Like, but it does well for the men.
Really?
Not so much the women. So like, let's say like a woman, it has to be like a very
like a man posting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, think about it like this. Okay, so like let's say you post a picture with Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna get unfollows. He's gonna be like, nah, like dudes are not gonna like it and shit. But it's gonna be the girl who's boosting it up. Right?
Yeah.
And when a dude posts a girl,
mm-hmm.
I mean, chances are that's gonna be his most like shit. Like I know the vibes. Like,
yeah.
So on top of that, I don't think what people talk about enough is like, yo, I feel like women almost get like horny when they see a man with a girl, and it's like.
What?
No, seriously, no. I'm gonna explain this. And Izzy, I think Izzy know what I'm talking about too.
What are you
so like,
saying,
think about it
Izzy?
like this, right? I'm gonna speak for the men, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're in a relationship with a girl. Everyone knows you're in a relationship. Then you get out of the relationship. You're single and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking like, okay, like all these girls were my DMs when I was in my relationship. Now that I'm single, it's about to be up.
Yeah.
But then now it's like dried up. You're like, what the fuck happened? But then you get back in a relationship again, and then all of a sudden the girls come back. They're all in your DMs and like messaging you and DMing you. Why is it that women want a man that is already taken?
See, that's crazy because I made a TikTok about that once. Again, it was like a trending audio or something.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what the context of the video was, but it was specifically like what I wrote was like something like, why would I want a taken man? Because like, that's just dumb bitches. Like, that's just dumb girls. And like
yeah.
Like the word bitch, like, all right, I'm sorry. But those are dumb bitches.
Yeah.
Like, because why would you want to go after a man that's taken? But like say he does entertain you, and then he does whatever he needs to do with you while he keeps the girl, and then what, you think you're delusional enough to make him leave her to come to you? You don't think he's gonna do the same shit? Like, that's my thing.
No, yeah.
I'm like, are you not thinking this through?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think if he cheated on the first girl with you, goes to you, he's not gonna do the same shit?
I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. But it's like, to me, it's like, I think they just like the vision. Like, they're like, oh, this man can have like a good relationship. And they almost like put themselves in that. And they almost want it or something. Maybe they just like.
They're just fucking dumb.
I don't know what the psychology is with it. Because like when you think about it, like with men, like once a man sees that you're in a relationship, chances are he's going to be like, I'm going to fall back. Like, I don't even want to like. That's why you get a lot of the unfollows and shit. It's just like, I don't like, she's undesirable to me anymore. Versus it's the other way around on the other foot. It's like, oh, now he has a girlfriend now? Like, oh, yeah. Like,
see, and I just think it depends on like the type of woman you are, because I've been in that case where like I've unfollowed a man when I've seen him pop out with a girl.
Really?
Yeah, swear to God.
Why?
Because maybe I followed him for the reason of like, oh, he's attractive. Like, maybe I have a chance one day.
It is true.
And then
it destroyed your.
And then I'm like, I'm not gonna fight this. Like, good for her. Like, all right, he's off. He's, like, all right, that's it.
Yeah. That's funny.
Like, I think it just depends on the type of woman that you are and like how realistic you can really be with yourself. Because again, okay, like I said earlier about how like women have all the power. Like, if she wants a man, he probably wants her back. But like, that's a theory you should only test on a single man. Like, that's not a theory you should be testing on a man openly in a relationship with another woman.
I'm
like,
telling you right now, there's a lot of girls that be testing that shit.
That's insane. They're fucking like, crazy. Yeah.
You don't have girlfriends that have done that before? Come on now. Come on. I feel like every girl got that one friend that's fucking with a dude that's married.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have like a crazy amount of girlfriends like that too. Like, yeah, no.
Maybe like in college, like.
Maybe, but like even then, like no one was serious in college. Again, like we were all fucking around in college. Like,
I don't know. I just feel like it's just an interesting concept.
Yeah.
But you know what too? Like I think like what dudes will do is they'll wait for you guys to break up. And like what they want is like that girl to almost like like they'll try to get at that girl to show that they're almost on the same status as that individual. So like, let's say like
Ice machine going crazy.
but like it's like okay, like let's say like Will Smith and Jada break up, right?
Aren't they already broken up?
They're already broken
I was like, what the fuck is going on there?
But dudes will get at Jada because it's almost like, oh, that's Will Smith's ex. Like it's like if I could get
okay,
Jada,
yeah, I
like
see that.
like on the same type of like.
I think like didn't Odell Beckham break up with his girl? Aren't they broken up?
I don't like speaking on shit like that because like I'm at a point now where like I'll be intermingling with these motherfuckers and like I don't want to. Yeah, they have.
Be intermingling?
Not intermingling, but like, you know what?
You be talking to Odell Beckham Jr.?
No.
I'm like,
I'm
what?
just saying, like, I never know. Shit gets around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Okay.
no, they're
well, because I think, just Will Smith and Jada, like, that's been messy. Like, we gotta think of, like, another fictional couple is what I'm trying to say. Like, we gotta think about, like, another couple.
I'm just trying to say that men will get with, like women for status.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I see that. Yeah.
Like, oh, this was so-and-so's ex.
This is so-and-so's ex. Now it's my turn.
Now it's
yeah.
my turn. I feel like I'm in the same type of, like, bracket or same type of, like, vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like men do that. Women.
I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got no friends that be doing some.
I don't be having like crazy girlfriends. No, I'm not in that group of girls that has like crazy girlfriends
doing
like
wild
that. No.
Shit.
Nope.
Bella's not here wilding.
No, believe it or not, Bitsy Bells is not wilding. No, believe it or not. Yeah, no.
So this question comes off of a conversation that we had at Juliet. Funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember like we talked about like you do not want children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew where this was going.
Yeah, like we're okay. So like, because we had a debate about it. It was pretty heated. Not heated. But it was,
we
like,
were definitely like kind of drunk and like debating about this. Like I remember I was pretty drunk.
We were debating a lot.
I was pretty drunk. Like oh my god.
Yeah, you like no like in this world no like, I don't want that shit. Mm-mm. So can you explain that? Like you don't want kids at all, right?
I don't want kids.
Still hold?
It still holds. Yeah.
Still holds. Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't want children?
Nope.
At all.
At all.
What's the reasoning for that?
My biggest thing, I'm very selfish in that, and like I even admitted this because Crane and I were talking about it the other night when we were at Bella's, like painting pumpkins and shit, girls' night shit. So that's the type of shit we do, paint pumpkins on like a Sunday night. Yeah. So Crane and I were talking about it, and I was like, I can admit that like maybe I'm in the point of my life because a big aspect for me with kids is how fucking expensive kids are. Yeah. Right. And I'm like, me being selfish, I'm like, I want to spend my money on myself, my cat, and my man. That's it. Right. And maybe I can admit that that's coming because again, the psychology degree, I just be analyzing everything. Maybe this comes from the fact that I'm not as financially secure as I will be one day in the future. And maybe when I hit that stage of my life where I do have some more expendable income, like I can see myself being a little less selfish with my money, but I don't see it happening. I'm like, when I get to that point where I am making more money and I am a bit more stable, like I'm going to be using that money. I'm going to be traveling more. I'm going to be getting more stuff for my cat. I'm going to be, you know what I mean? Like I'll find other reasons to continue spending that money on myself, my cat, and my man. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll ever really consist of me bringing a child into this world. Yeah. Another big thing, if it were to happen, I don't want to be pregnant.
You don't want the whole process.
I have no interest in the idea of walking around being pregnant for 9 months. I think it's terrifying. I think there's so many risks involved. I think me being, someone that's in the gym and constantly eating and training and sleeping and walking and controlling all my variables to take care of myself. Like, I don't want to be pregnant ever. Yeah. The idea of that terrifies me. Yeah. No, thank you. So that's a big aspect right there. And it's like, if I don't want to be pregnant, how would we bring a child into this family? Adopt? Like, okay, sure. Adopt. Let's see the thing that Kim Kardashian did, a surrogate. Yeah, a surrogate, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's expensive.
A surrogate, okay. Like if we want my egg, his sperm, surrogate, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then at the end of the day, I just feel like the idea, this will be a good debate, is the idea of having a child is most people that want to have a child want to have it for very selfish reasons. whether you want to admit it or not.
Okay.
Because there are people out here that are like, oh, my genes and his genes, we're going to make D1 babies. How is that not fucking selfish? You want to bestow your athletic dreams, his athletic dreams into a child that hasn't even been born yet, that's going to have his own conscience, his own soul, his own free will. I mean, at some point, right? Like, you can force him to play football for the first 13 years of his life. What if he fucking hates it?
Yeah.
And then there go your D1 dreams as the parents, because what, you're going to keep fucking torturing your kid to play football that he doesn't want to play? So that's one thing. Other reasons, like, oh, I just like a mini me. You want a mini you? Do you not hear how selfish that sounds?
I mean, like, by proxy, it's like a mini me. You know what I mean?
Like, do you like not hear how selfish that sounds? Yeah, and I feel like in this day and age, especially with social media, it's just become like an aesthetic, like mom aesthetic, or like, you know, baddie mom aesthetic, like MILF aesthetics, like just taking cute pictures with the kids, and then like, oh, the matching outfits and the cute little Jordans and like all this and that, whatever. But no one is highlighting what the fuck else you have to be dealing with, like when you bring a child into this life. So I just feel like there's a lot of just selfish reasons. It's funny because I can admit that I don't want kids because I'm selfish, but people that want kids aren't admitting to themselves that they want them for selfish reasons. I had a whole debate on TikTok Live about this.
No, I can't.
People are like, you're selfish. And I'm like, I know I am. You are not admitting that you are.
Yeah. No, I think I can't speak on the pregnancy thing because I can't get pregnant. So
yeah. Slay.
Can't say anything about that. Yeah, I'll just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that does sound pretty wild.
Yeah.
Ambulance carrying, the physical tolls it take. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
You have to like birth the child.
Right. Either slice me open or pop it out. No.
Yeah. Sheesh.
No.
But yeah. I think because what's crazy is that like I think the birth rates are down like at epic proportions. Like I think the lowest they've been ever in history. Women do not want to have kids. Like in this day and age, women just don't want to have kids, and for a lot of the reasons that you just explained, whether it be financially or like they want to further themselves financially and keep building financially. It's like having a child's going to slow me down.
Completely. Slow you down and set you back.
Yeah, slow you down.
Like not even just plateau, like like completely set back. Like
I look at it, it's like, man, selfish is, it's such a hard word to use. I'm trying to combat it, but
I literally, you know what is funny? Barbara and I, sometime last year, we drove out to fucking like Northwest Houston to go get like Delight's ice cream once. And there was a billboard when we were driving back, and the billboard was something like don'thavekids.org. So immediately I go on his website. We're like driving back and I go on his website while she's driving. And I'm like, this makes so much sense. I have to make sure that's the actual website. I think don'thavekids.org or .com, something like that. And the entire premise of the website is how, basically what I'm saying, like how inherently selfish it is, this and that how adding more humans to this earth is only going to make the issues on this earth worse. And that it gave like all these examples of like, oh, but what if my kid's the one to cure cancer? Oh, what if my kid's the one to change the world? First of all, the chances of that happening, slim to none. Second of all, why are you, banking on having a child to put this type of pressure on it? Number two. And then also just like different ideas of like, there's so much like destruction and so many like bad things happening to so many like innocent souls on this planet. Like if you want a kid and you want to raise a child and make it your own and be a good parent that badly, go adopt a kid. But if you say that to someone that really wants a kid, it's like, oh no, I want my own. Like I want my own. That's you being selfish. If you really wanted to, raise a child and be a good dad, be a good mom, fulfill this wish that you've had, go adopt a child that's in need of these parents that you claim you want to be. Like, why is it such a big deal? Like, why do you want to have your own so badly when there are so many that already need help? Yeah.
I would say like, maybe just like you just want to keep the human race going. Like shit.
They can't keep going. There's so many up for adoption that need good parents and good.
No, I'm just saying like in general, like keep having kids because we're what is it? I don't know how to explain it, but our death rate is exceeding our birth rate or something.
Really?
Yeah. Like if we need to have population wise, we actually need to have more babies.
Do we need to though?
No, population wise, like we literally need to. Yeah.
Do we though?
No, yes, like we do. Like,
according to what though?
No, that's like a problem. Like we
what
actually,
problem is it causing though?
We're gonna like not be around. We're not gonna have enough people eventually.
Isn't too many people a bad thing? The Earth is overpopulated right now. We're running out of resources. We're running out of water.
Well, we're running out of resources, but like
the fucking ice caps are melting. Like the ocean's getting hotter.
Well, that's
like, do we really need more people?
No, like
I
think it's America because America, like we're not birthing enough people. We're not birthing enough human beings. I think like places like China, or Tokyo or Japan or whatever have like a limit. because there were actually people.
Right. Yeah.
But I think they're actually. I could be wrong, but I think one of them is actually like saying no, have more kids because we need more people. Yeah. But yeah, it's a problem in America. I know that much. Like, pretty sure like we just the rate is not where it needs to be. It needs to be higher.
And I think that the reason why it's so like women, I think, especially in this country, are so anti-kids is just different aspects of this country that make it so much harder for women to have children. A woman has a child and she can't even take 2 weeks off of work, like to take care. Right. There's no maternity leave in this country. You get like a week and a half.
What? Yeah, there's
not a lot of places. Oh, like individual, like I think that in some countries have like full on like federal law, you get this amount of time paid off. And I think in this kind, I can admit I'm not well versed in what the fuck is going on in this country in terms of maternity leave, but I think a lot of them is up to like the employers. And the employers are saying, yeah, you can have this much time off paid. If you want any other time off, it's unpaid.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying
like, and that's just one situation.
Yeah. You're saying it's not like federal law.
It's not a federal law. And then that's like just paid maternity leave is just one situation, like healthcare, like health insurance, how much it costs to have a baby.
No, I heard it's expensive.
How much it costs to deliver a baby safely with good insurance. If you have good, because I asked my parents, I'm like, Mom, how much did it cost to have me? And they had decent insurance. But this was also in 1998.
Yeah.
In 1998, they probably didn't have to pay very much. But nowadays, if you have shit insurance, you're going to pay this handsome amount, or you have really good insurance, you probably still have to pay some sort of amount. Like,
how much does it cost to have a baby?
Tell us, Izzy.
Like 15 or 30 or some shit?
Like even
$60,000?
And did you have insurance? Like,
yeah, well, we didn't owe that. That was like the number before that.
That's the total number. Oh, okay.
So
imagine if you have complications.
15.
You have to pay $15,000?
Did she do a natural birth?
He was in the
Is that natural birth? Natural birth. Imagine if it was C-section.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine if there's complications.
So like after insurance takes care of it, then it's like maybe like around like 10. What? Where you get that? Like where
pop the baby out?
You like do a payment plan or something? Like, bro, what the fuck?
Pay like $10 a month for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, well, you never really think about it. You never really think about like you got to go to the hospital and have the kids.
And see, I don't know if this
costs money. Like
if
you don't just like give birth and then walk out.
Right. And I don't know if this is like just the type of person that I am, that I've given so much thought into the aspect or like the idea of having a child. But I have put so much thought into it, and I'm like, there are no pros for me.
Wait, then how do
it's just straight cons?
I'm genuinely confused. Well, I'm interested. Like, how do poor people have babies?
Go into depth.
Oh shit! I mean,
yeah.
Jesus.
I think the biggest reason why people are indebted in this country is due to medical debt. You watch Breaking Bad?
Great show.
Breaking Bad doesn't make sense in other countries because they're like, what do you mean he can't afford his cancer treatment?
Therapy and all that. Yeah.
It literally doesn't make sense in some other countries because they're like, what do you mean he can't afford it?
Yeah.
What do you mean the country's not helping him get better?
Yeah. Get better to it.
Yeah. GBT.
That's great. I mean, yeah, I don't really have an argument. I want a kid. That's all I can say.
You do or you don't?
No, I do.
Oh, you do? I thought you said I don't want a kid. I'm like, did you change your mind?
When it comes to like the breeding thing.
Breeding?
I mean, that's basically what it is. Like the people that, because there's like a big faction of people. It's like, I want D1 babies and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Breeding like that. Yeah.
I'm not really into that.
Like it's crazy. Like
I just want to have a child with a good person.
Yeah. which is fine. You know what I was talking to Joel also, because Joel is on board with me now. Really? And it's not like I figured we would get into this, but we had, because I went home that night, like after I talked to Crane and then the girls about this, because they were hitting me with like, do you want kids? I'm like, no, not really, no. Oh, but Joel wants kids. And I'm like, no, like we've talked about it recently. Like, no, he's on board. And like, no, he doesn't. Are you sure? Because Joel, and I'm like, did he tell you this? Because last we talked, the person that he's involved with, no.
Yeah.
So we deaded it, whatever. And then I went home and then I brought it up and I was like, we had this conversation. Like, I kind of just want to see where you're at, because it wouldn't be good of me to, because I know this is a break-upable offense. Not offense, but this is a break-upable topic. Like, if I'm secure and I don't want kids and you have the possibility that you might want kids one day, like, this is the reason why people go on that show, The Ultimatum, where it's like, I think I want kids. I don't think he doesn't. We're going to go on The Ultimatum to see if we can work it out, whatever. So this is a break-upable thing. So I made sure to sit him down and I'm like, where are you with this? Because I know we've had the conversation where you say you're good, but we had one point in our relationship before we officially got together that he told me he doesn't think he could be with me because he might one day want a family that he knows I don't want. And then 2 months later, he asked me to be his girlfriend. So we've talked back about that a couple times. And when we had this conversation, like after that night with the girls, he was like, honestly, no, like he admitted to me that being with me, he's gotten like a different perspective on like how you can live an adult life. Because I think coming from, our traditional households, like mine, his, whatever, all we really knew was marriage, kids, suburban house, whatever, pet, cats, dogs, children, whatever. And that being with me and like the way that I talked, how all of my beliefs and everything, I opened up his mind to like another path of life, another path of like adulthood with like a partner. And he's told himself, he said, like, you aside, like me aside, if we were to one day split up for whatever other reason, he would still be pretty solid in that like he doesn't need to have kids. So it's me aside at this point. Really? So I'm like, that's what I needed to confirm. Because if it's like, oh, I don't need to have kids because I'm with you, that's different than like we split up and he still doesn't want to have kids. And he says he's at that point where he's realized he doesn't think that he needs kids for the rest of his life. Yeah. Damn. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be wanting kids though.
Slay.
Yeah, I don't know. So, man. I'd be wanting kids. I think it's, to me, I mean, I'll just pose my stance. I think like being able to, I feel like as you get older, you want something to leave behind. Like you want to leave like a lasting effect in the world. And I say it's selfish. But I would want a kid that I could put my morals and my, not dreams, but just like what I've learned in life and like allow them to take that. And then live their life, I mean, I don't want my child to be anything other than just happy. And like give them a guidance or give them a guide on how to reach happiness and have them figure it out on their own journey. I mean, I guess you could say it's selfish in a sense. Like there is a selfish aspect to it, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. Like I want a mini me, or I want like a little girl that could like, mold and
be a girl dad.
Yeah. Like, I'll be a girl dad for sure.
I could see it.
Yeah. I love kids, man. I love kids.
I mean, I love Xander.
Yeah.
You should have brought him. I love Xander.
So what if you have like a Xander though?
I don't want it. See, that's the thing. Like, I know exactly. See, that's the thing. I'm like, I'm telling Joe, I'm like, we can be like the hot aunt and uncle and just show up and we'll spoil the kids and then we can go home and live our DINK lives. You know what a DINK is? No. Dual income, no kids.
A DINK, what?
DINK, like DINK, dual income, no kids.
Oh, dual income, no kids.
So we can go home and live our DINK lives and then just be the hot and sexy aunt and uncle at the parties and then leave. And then do adult things and plan our next vacation and then go to a bar or whatever it is that adults without kids do.
I feel like at some point, maybe.
I already have a child also.
Your cat?
I'm adopting a second one also. I'm getting another one in January.
I feel like at some point, maybe you guys, because you're like 24.
I'm turning 25 in a month.
Yeah, you're young.
Yeah,
man.
literally. Oh my god, less than a month. Yeah.
Yeah, you're super young. Who knows?
Yeah. And again, like I can admit, especially that like financial aspect of it, like maybe one day
Is that the main driver?
Partially. Yeah. Like I can't see myself paying for like a child. Like that's so fucking expensive.
No, it is. I mean, shit, in this economy too.
Yeah. Like in this economy, like I spent $140 at Sam's Club for myself yesterday.
Yeah.
Buying like all this chicken that I'm gonna go through in like a week and a half. Imagine having to share my chicken. That'd be insane. Like,
trust me, I know.
That's insane. Like
every time I go to the grocery,
like imagine me having to go to Sam's Club and buy food with a child in mind. Like, I'm like, but I love Xander. Like,
give bro like some nuggets or something.
No, literally. Like,
no, I don't know. Every time I go grocery shopping, I'm like, God damn, bro.
Yeah.
Man, $300 off rip.
Yeah. 140.
H-E-B, it's like here everything is better.
I've been shopping at Aldi. Aldi's really affordable. Aldi's really good. Aldi is really good. There's one like right like you drive out of our complexes, make a left down airport, go like under the bridge, and like 2 lights down, there's an Aldi right there.
I've never been to an Aldi.
It's like a European grocery store, I think. I think they're the people that do Trader Joe's also like have Aldi. And it's just like super affordable, like good quality stuff. Yeah. Like especially stuff like produce is super cheap and still really decent quality. Cans of beans. I bought 2 cans of beans there yesterday for like 49 cents. When's the last time you saw something under $1 at H-E-B?
No, that don't happen.
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm an H-E-B boy through and through. I'm from Texas. So
I do like H-E-B though.
H-E-B is the best grocery store that I've ever been into.
Yeah, I do like H-E-B.
I'm trying to think of anything else.
H-E-B, the one thing that H-E-B is missing is like a fresh like substation, like a deli substation, like how at Publix they have the pub subs. That's the one thing that H-E-B is missing.
Yeah, they have. So
they have like a fresh deli section. They just need to add a little substation to it.
They have their version of Whole Foods. It's called Central Market.
Oh, I've heard of Central Market. Yeah.
Central Market.
I've been once.
Yeah, their little cafe.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've gone once. Yeah.
God. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's probably better than the Publix thing. Because it's more than just like subs and shit. They have subs.
But like I want just like a good sub. Like
yeah, go to Central Market. They have like real good fucking food. I used to go there occasionally whenever I lived in River Oaks. There's one like literally right.
That's the one I went to. Yeah. I went to it once because I saw it on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. So yeah, no kids ever.
No kids ever.
Oh my God. I mean, shit, that's pretty much how deep are we in?
Hell yeah.
Bro? Damn. There's like another social media thing. I don't know if I can find it. Damn, 2 hours fucking flew by. I was like looking, I was
almost
like,
one.
Kind of concerned.
It's 12:55. Wow.
Yeah, it is 12:55. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we jump off? Or I was going to ask you one more question.
What?
But I missed the opportunity to ask the question because of transition. You said that you were dealing with things mentally last month. Do you feel comfortable sharing what you were dealing with or?
Just money.
Money? Yeah.
Money.
I think.
It's always just money.
Yeah. This has been.
It's always money.
This has been a horrendous year.
I've heard you say that multiple times.
Yeah.
You've had a horrible year.
Well, horrible last quarter. Yeah, for sure. So like, I first thought it was just me. Cause I was like, bro, I'm taking some L's right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? I'm like, I was genuinely confused. I'm like, I'm hitting up like my analytics guy.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck going on. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on, man? Like, and I'm still blessed. Like, don't get me wrong, blessed and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, damn. But then also like, I was getting more and more information. I started talking to more of my friends, and like, I think this is just a horrible economy.
Really?
Like right now, like it's like all around. Like, it's pretty bad. Like when I've been looking at you saw the Brandon Marshall post, the B Marshall post. Did you see that? We talked about how like he had to like lay off like half of his employees, and he went from making $1 million a month to like only $200K.
Damn.
And he's late on payroll. He has to close his gym. I was like, damn. I was like, nigga, me for real. Like, God.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
like,
God.
but like,
You're locked in.
like I'm like me and Twin for real.
Twin and up.
Yeah, like might have to close corrupted type shit.
Oh my God.
I think people don't realize like at the beginning of the year or like towards like the middle of the year, like Disney like fired like thousands of employees.
I remember that. Yeah.
ESPN let go of employees. I saw like this graphic where like Rite Aid. I don't know if you guys had Rite Aid in Florida.
I've heard of it. Like I think Joel's talked about it.
Yeah, they went bankrupt. Rolls Royce had to let go of like 2,500 employees. It's just not the greatest economy. The interest rates are literally the highest they've ever been.
Yeah, that's why everything's getting so expensive. Yeah.
Jay told me he got a new car, like just a simple new car, and he got like a 10% interest rate on his car.
Oh wow!
Like with a great credit and shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like an unfortunate like.
Yeah.
Just where we're at.
The housing market and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the coaching business and like clothing and all that kind of stuff, people don't have the excess money to be spending on that kind of stuff. Yeah. I've heard of coaches like, I've heard of clients just being like, I just cannot afford a coach right now. Yeah. You know, so you're not alone in that. Yeah. If that's like.
My thing was that, because it's actually funny, I'd sat down and I do my finances where I literally write out all my expenses and all my income, like month to month. And I sat down and did it like 3 days ago. And I had left off on like half of August. So I had to do the rest of August, September, and then I have to start October. I haven't done it yet. But I finished August, and August was the most I made this entire year so far. Like it's been kind of like a steady like increase. September, which is when I was fucking going through it, literally a little more than half of what I made in August is what I made in September. Or sorry, like less than half of what I made in August. And I sat down, I had to like scroll through like my Chase and my business account and my personal account and my credit card. And I'm like,
you're like, where the fuck is
I'm like, this can't be it. Like I'm checking my invoices, my Square, and I'm like, half? Yeah. I'm like, no wonder I was fucking down bad. Like now this makes so much sense. But it was because I had a fucking car issue. I had a car issue in June, got it fixed, handsome amount there, pulled it out of my savings, paid for it, like off rip, I'm pretty sure. Same issue came about, I think it was after we got back from California. So it was, like late August, like going into September. Same car issue came about, but it was like another piece. You were there. Oh yeah, it was the day we had our meeting. Yeah. So it was the day that we had our media team meting where we also got laid off there. So
it's not funny. I'm only laughing because like
it was a rough day. Yeah. I literally, because I went and did an early workout at Alphaland. And then the car started doing the shaking thing that it did back in June. I was like, fuck, there's no way. And then I did my workout, go back. And then I'm like, well, I wanted to go home and shower and eat before we had to do this meeting at 10, I think. So, but the car was fucking shaking. So I was like, let me bring it to the same place I went to right up the road from Corrupted right there. Brought it there and then cried in the car to my dad. Like, it's going to be so expensive, whatever. Already told my dad, I think I'm getting laid off from Corrupted today. So I'm like, I got it. And then Sergio picks me up. I
swear to God, I'm not laughing.
No, I know. I'm laughing about it now.
Yeah. I'm not laughing, bro.
I'm like on the phone.
You know what? I'm only laughing because
my dad, I'm like, it's going to be so expensive.
Only reason I'm laughing is because like same shit happened. Yeah. To me.
Yeah. So I like call Sergio because Joel was at the warehouse. Sergio drives me to Corrupted. And then we're there and they were like waiting for the meeting to start. And then I think the guy called me like before Gia got there, and then he gave me like an estimate on everything, and I was like, "Okay, give me some time. I gotta go into a meeting now." Yeah. And then go into the meeting, get laid off, come back out, call the guy back, like call my dad, like, "Dad, what should I do? Just pay it like off rip versus like paying for just the one piece with the chance that the other two pieces breaking." And I'm like, "No, fix everything so this doesn't fucking happen again." And then. Yeah, so that was my one day. Yeah. That was my one day.
That's like, when you go back to the crib.
I literally went back. Like I just ate something, and I think I just like laid on my couch. I just fully like just laid on my couch. I cried. I cried some more. I like recorded a little something for like YouTube, but I never went around to like posting it or anything. I was just like, I'm really down bad. Like this is really bad, whatever. And then just like rent was like next week. So rent, there it goes, taken out of my account right there. Couple $1,000 in like a week and a half taken out of my accounts. And I was just like, this is it.
Yeah. That's how I be feeling too. You're like,
this is it. I'm like, fuck, this is it. But
here we are.
And
like,
I think, and
back against the wall type shit.
No, quite literally. And I was just pretty down bad. But something that like, not like that helped, but it was like the week before I got my period. And like, I don't know if you know anything about like the menstrual cycle, but like that week before that luteal phase, like it's like it hits you hard. Like it can really hit you really hard. Like mentally, the day I got my period was like a Friday morning. I had like a full SBD day. I woke up and I was just like, I'm healed. I'm like the day I just woke up and I just felt so much like lighter. And I was like, this is still happening. Like this hasn't been fixed, but like mentally I just felt like, I remember waking up and I was like, oh my God, like I just felt clearer. Yeah. Like it just like everything just like the fog just like went away, just dissipated. Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. And then it happened again the next month. So it smacked me like twice. It really did. Yeah. But then I think after that, because then it turned into like a whole spiral of like me with social media and coaching and like marketing and my, just like my reach. And that's when I started removing men from following me because I was like, there are just all these men watching me and I want more women and I want to cater to more women, whatever. Just a giant rabbit hole is what it was.
Do you overthink a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I was going to say like with the whole, unfollowing thing and being unhappy with your engagement and all that kind of stuff.
I think almost every day about making a new account.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just to build it up again.
Yeah.
Build it up, cater to the content a little bit better, like less like physique oriented, because obviously the men following me, majority come from like a physique oriented video blowing up. And then it's like, that's why I get that sort of following. So I'm thinking about it, doing it at least on TikTok, because TikTok for me, like I could still keep the main page, but my TikTok anyway has fucking gone to shit. So I'm like, might as well just try to start a new one.
Yeah, that's always the worst. Like,
Instagram's a little harder, but
Instagram is like impossible.
Yeah.
Instagram to start a whole new account and build it back up. It's like,
yeah,
it's like the platform doesn't even want you.
Exactly. Yeah. So
no, it's
I do feel better now though.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months, I think, since the last rough month. And I since like a couple weeks ago, I said out loud to myself, like things have felt like a lot better, like mentally, like money started coming in a little bit better again. Like it was that too, like clients were just dropping off. A couple ghosted me, a couple just fully could not commit any longer. But then since then, like I've gotten some more reach, some more pull, whatever. And it's gotten better since then. And that's my big thing. It's just like keep controlling what you can control and doing the things that you know you need to keep doing. And things will just one day clear up. Yeah. And you're going to feel better one day. You just need to keep pushing. It's
just crazy because I feel like everyone is kind of feeling it.
Yeah, that now. Too. A lot of people were fucking going through it.
A lot of people were fucking feeling it. But going to the content stuff, like, how do you, I mean, TikTok, you might be able to make a new account. Yeah. But does it affect, like, do you overthink some of the stuff that you post now? Like, you're like, I don't want to post this because it's not going to get the engagement that I like or any of that kind of stuff? Or
for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever just think about how you like came up and like how thankful you would be or how thankful you should be in a sense that like you even have like people or that you even care about something like that?
I think so, for sure. Something that I had a call yesterday actually with a financial advisor that one of my girlfriends put me on to. And I was telling her all of this, you know, basically obviously a lot of financial information I was telling her. And I told her that about like, I made half of what I made in August, like in September. And I told her like, you know, sometimes I get into this spiral about like, you know, be like working for myself, and you know, the fact that my job relies on marketing and engagement and who sees my stuff and how much reach and how much pull I get on the internet. And I told her, I'm like, because I think she asked, like, is this something you see yourself doing long term? Like, is this what you want to, like, online coaching long term? And I told her, like, yes, but then there's this concern about like fighting the algorithm and doing this and worrying about this for the rest of my life. Can I be doing that? Mm-hmm. And she told me, yes, you can. Like, she straight up said, yes, you can, like giving me this confidence. And then told me that your worst day as a business owner working for yourself is going to be better than you working like back at another serving job, back at another bartending job, like working under someone else. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I like that really stuck with me. Like my worst day as a business owner doing everything myself is, whether like financially or just like mentally, like for myself, going to be better than my worst month working under someone else, because I know what a slow night at a restaurant feels like. Yeah. Like I know what walking out with no tips at the end of the night feels like. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm going to keep choosing, like working for myself, pushing and fighting the fucking algorithm, doing whatever I need to do to keep this going, because I've sustained myself like this for over a year already. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I doing this? And it's only going to go up from there. I'm like, it's barely been over a year since I've started solely doing like social media and online coaching. And I'm like, she reassured me, like, you know, like your first couple years as a business owner, it's not straight linear. And it was until September. Yeah. Like it was kind of uphill until September. And like you have to expect that. But again, your worst month doing it yourself is better than like some of your best months working under someone else. Yeah. And
that's why a lot of businesses fail like within the first like 3 years.
They just don't keep pushing.
It's like, yeah, you don't keep pushing past it. It's like once you hit that turmoil, you're like, I'm gonna lock up shop and go try something else. Yeah. But yeah, that fighting algorithms is hard and it's annoying as fuck. Cause like you be putting out like objectively good ass content. Yeah. And you're like, nah. Cause as a content creator, sometimes it's like, no, I know this is good, but like literally the platform just isn't pushing it the same way it's pushing other shit. Yeah. It is what it is. But I try to tell people, like, especially the people that are trying to play the long game, it's like, it comes in ebbs and flows. Yeah, no, for sure. You're going to have hot ass months where like shit's just going to be rolling. Yep. Like right now, my shit is like not rolling. Yeah. Like, not rolling how it normally rolls. Yeah. Like, typically, like I expect like 30 to like 40,000 on a post. Now it's at like, shit, if I hit 20,000, that'd be great. Yeah. But now it's like, you know, 9 to 10-ish, 12 or whatever. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, bro, this is not it. What's going on? So like, I'm trying to like find different ways to like, well, actually, I just moved my shit over to TikTok. I'm gonna go on TikTok and wait for this storm to kind of go away. Because it happens every year, which is so funny. Yeah. And then I'll get in my head, I'm like, oh shit, I'm washed. I'm done. But I was literally telling that to Joel last night. I was literally saying that to Joel. I was like, I'm washed out. We were at Alphaland yesterday and like 2 people went up to him. I'm like, no one came up to me at Alphaland. Nah, you can't. So like the way that that's so like funny. People were coming up to you, no one came up to me yesterday. I'm washed out. No one cares about me anymore. So like you just have to ride it out. I've had it since I remember like when I first started, I would get like on YouTube, I'd get like 30K views, 40K views. And then like during the school year when people are in school and have like other shit to do. Yeah. Yeah. They're not watching my shit 100 miles per hour. Right. It drops all the way down. Mm-hmm. I remember I was averaging like 6 to 8K views at one point, like earlier on. Yeah. Like way earlier in my career. And I was like, damn, like, is it done already? Yeah. And then it shoots back up. Yeah. And then it just keeps coming in ebbs and flows. But that's what I'm saying. Like longevity is important. Yeah. A lot of people like they'll look at that and it's like, okay, I should stop and like start doing something else. It's like, nah, bro, you're good. Just ride it out. Just ride it out. I feel like even the best or like even the people that you feel like are doing better than you, like they have their ebbs and flows. Everyone's ebbs and flows just look different. That is something that reassures me, like not comparing myself to other people, but like having these conversations where it's like, if Russell Orhi's going through this too, like I've talked to Libby about it. Libby's the same way. Like her engagement's shot too. Like I'm sure someone like Jamal's engagement's probably shot. Like, and then you see like some people who are like probably skyrocketing right now, and it's just like their moment. Exactly, just their moment. And that's fine. Everyone has their moments. Like, I looked at it and I looked at it objectively. I'm like, okay, let's look at, because I do this a lot. I'm like, look at your content objectively. Yeah. Does it suck?
Yeah.
Gotta be honest, because sometimes
No, yeah, you're right.
sometimes
Yeah.
your content just sucks.
Yeah.
Which I'm not at that point because I'm
Mhm.
like, I've been doing it for so long. Like,
Yeah.
my content's not gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's repetitive. Somewhat repetitive, okay. Let's try to do new things. All right, let's try to do new things. But let's
Yeah.
also try new things and like make sure that the quality level is there too. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes shit is just like, yo,
Just doesn't
it's
hit.
not your turn right now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's okay. But what you
Yeah.
can do is stop posting. That's one thing you can't do because then that's when people are gonna forget about you for real.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many of my contemporaries and my acquaintances do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like content, like the engagement isn't the same, so they get discouraged and they're like, "I'm not gonna post anymore because it's embarrassing or whatever." I'm like, bro, if you really want to fall
like
off,
the
that's the
worst
fastest
thing,
way
yeah.
to fall off.
Yeah. Izzy, I think you posted this today where it was something like how 70%, like the different percentages, right? Where it was like 70% of your current followers don't see your content.
Yeah.
80% of yeah.
And 100% of you do follow.
Yeah.
So like reusing, like not like recycling old content, but like if I post like, you know, my morning breakfast that I've posted before that I eat every day, if I post it again, like that's
Someone
an
new might
excuse
see
to
it.
post it again. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Cause sometimes we as creators, we're like, I already talked about my morning breakfast. Like, why do I need to post it again?
Yeah.
But like
I would
that
just-
post is like, okay, yes, I should be posting it again. Like,
If I were you, I would just reinvest in TikTok.
yeah.
Like put all your effort into because TikTok rewards people using the app.
Yeah.
So like I would just maybe reinvent your TikTok or just create a new account.
Yeah. I might try it. Yeah.
That's what I would do personally.
Yeah.
Because TikTok also rewards like being creative. It's
Yeah.
the platform is a lot more conducive to being creative.
They're rewarding a lot of that fucking TikTok shop right now though, which is annoying.
What's that?
You haven't seen that?
TikTok shop?
TikTok shop, like where people can link like almost like an Amazon storefront, but people are like earning commission off of like, oh, here's this new cat litter box that I bought.
I mean,
you can link it. No, but that people are saying that like those videos are blowing up because TikTok is trying to push the shop aspect of it. I just got a whole tab. I got a whole tab
I
on
got the shop tab.
the shop tab, exactly.
clicked on
So
it.
they're trying to push the whole TikTok shop situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you, shop. What the fuck is this? Like,
Oh yeah, I'd be.
I don't want to be shopping on
I
TikTok.
thought I'd be
like-
thinking I'm clicking into Amazon.
Yeah. So they're pushing a lot right now of like people promoting like stuff for the shops, look available for commission. That's how you know.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like the
Yeah.
game, you could click out.
Yeah. No.
I didn't like TikTok at first, and
I
then
gotta figure out what the fuck to sell on TikTok. Like,
you're coaching Gymshark. Like,
yeah.
there's unique, but that's what being a creative or creator is. Being creative.
Like adapting.
Yeah, adapting.
Also. Yeah.
I always tell people if you don't want to adapt, your shit's gonna die.
Yeah. No, for sure.
People would be doing voiceovers and like talking about their workouts and shit. I never did that in the past. Guess what I do now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do it. I put my twist to it and I do it.
Yeah.
It does well for me.
That storytelling does
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah. So you just have to figure out like what you can do, put your twist on it, be creative with it, and then be unique, and then your shit will go. But you have to just don't overthink it.
Keep fucking pushing.
Yeah, keep pushing. Just create a new account.
Anyone listening, keep fucking pushing.
Yeah, just create a new account. Tell people to create a new account. IG. I mean, I'm probably going to go on TikTok Live today, but I was suspended off of TikTok Live because I think I was saying nigga too much.
Oh my god.
So
No, you were going crazy on your Instagram live the other day.
yeah,
People were talking about stuff getting in the way when they deadlift.
that's a real conversation.
Yeah, not with me.
I was being.
I can't relate to that one.
Yeah, I was being vulnerable on IG Live. No one related, but it's fine.
He
I
said
think someone did relate. Talk about that off camera. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. Is there any like lasting and parting things that you wanted to?
I don't think so. I guess just that. Just keep whatever it is you're going through. Like the storm always passes. The fog always clears up. I was literally on the phone with one of my clients yesterday. Like she was fucking going through it. And I was talking to her, same thing. Like keep controlling what you can control. Get your variables done. If you want to take a break from the gym, take a break from the gym. Take time off of work. Do what you need to do to keep propelling yourself forward. And it's going to clear up one day because that's what I did. I just kept posting and I kept just doing what I had to do. And one day I just woke up and I'm telling you, like, it was actually crazy because it was just so like, oh my God, like I feel so much better. Like I've never felt that before. I was really down bad and I was just like, wow, like I'm good now.
Yeah.
So the storm always passes. Just keep fucking pushing through it. Everything's going to pass. You're going to be okay. Just keep doing what makes you happy, man. Nothing matters. Nothing
matters, but
nothing matters and nothing matters.
Yeah.
Like, just live your life.
So
be happy.
keep pushing past the storm. Nothing matters. Don't have kids and don't take her to Cheesecake Factory.
Slay.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. You can find Adri on, God, please, find her on IG.
Please. Please.
IG, TikTok, YouTube. You're going to start posting more on YouTube, right?
I'm going to, yes.
Okay.
I vlogged
She
yesterday.
forgot her camera, but
I forgot my camera, but
we got her. We got her.
YouTube and the
episode-
podcast.
YouTube. Oh,
Always-
and your podcast.
always Adri.
I've done an episode on there too. So
He
you guys
did.
wanna check that out.
Listen to the episode with Russ.
Yeah. But this is episode number 23. I'm Russell. That was Adri. And that is it. Catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.